Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about let the stealing from the rich begin. You know how? We're going to be buying assets under value. We always have solutions, but there's always recessions. And this time it could be the Great Depression. You have to be prepared. And this is how you can steal from the rich and get their assets because the prices will be so low. So let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back on this fine Friday evening. Thank you so much again for being here. But before I get into it, please smash the like button. And that's so the YouTube gods know that we have a few people in the house and letting other people know we're in the house. Also, please let me know if you saw the YouTube trailer and if you received the YouTube notification. Let me know that as well. Also, smash the like button, click the all notification bell, because we're approaching 14,000 subscribers. And I want to thank everybody for being a subscriber, for being a member of the channel with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much for that. Because again, I entitled this something we talked about last week because of the way things are going in our economy and because the stock market has come down at least 30%. And because crypto has come down 70, 80%, which is now considered an asset. Home prices are next on the chopping block. They have started to drop as well. This is when the greatest transfer of wealth is going to happen. This is when you can prepare yourself. And that's why I call it stealing from the rich. Because in years past, in generations past, it's been pretty much just cut and dry. The rich always had most of the bulk of the assets. And then whenever assets dropped for everybody else, they would be able to snap them up pretty cheaply. Financial education has taken off with the internet, with things such as Webull and Robinhood. Oh, by the way, if you're trying to get some free shares of stock, the links are down below for Robinhood and Webull. Please use my links to download and get your free stocks. But now people are aware that they can actually buy stocks using those platforms and a myriad of others. So now there is more people in the playing field. That's why I call this tonight, let the stealing from the rich begin, because the more stocks you buy, the more assets such as real estate you buy, the more crypto you buy when it hits rock bottom, all the assets. We could talk about gold, silver, precious metals. We can talk about art. We can talk about collector cars. Whatever you think is an asset that increases in value over time, they are going to be buying them up. But now you know what assets are, and you are going to be buying them up right along with them. So we're going to reduce their wealth by gaining our wealth. Nothing underhanded, but how are we going to do it? We have to buy assets, ladies and gentlemen, undervalue. That's what we're going to have to do. So just letting you know, this is where we're going to start. And by the way, down below in the description, I've been talking about this for the last few live streams. One of the things you're going to need to do in this time of need is get a business started. That means with an EIN number, not your social security number, but start a business. Whether it's an LLC or whether it's a C Corp, you can always change an LLC to an S Corp later. You can always apply for that. But the fact of the matter is, you need to get an EIN number and an LLC, and then use that business set up as a business, which is an entity. Use that to do whatever you plan on doing, because anytime you go out to some place doing business, it's a tax write-off. So I'll give you a perfect example. We have people here who have bought pre-construction properties, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Miami, other places. They live in other cities. So what do? Maybe once a year, they go out, check out the progress of the property, or if it's finished, they go and check it out. The flights, the airfare, the hotel, if you're meeting with people and you're having a dinner, lunch, or breakfast, that could be written off because you're discussing business. So therefore, it's a much different thing if you don't have it set up as a business and you're saying, okay, I'm going to go out there and check out my property. Well, all of that is not going to be a tax write-off. So keep those kind of things in mind. So that's just for starters. Some of you may be saying, and I'm going to say it, if you start a business, do not start out of your residential address. What I mean by that is, don't use your residential address as your business, because people are crazy these days. You should have a virtual office such as Opus Virtual Office for starters. I like Opus Virtual Office. There's other companies that do it as well. But Opus, at least you have a business line. It's with 411. And you have a business fax number, and you have an actual live operator that answers the phone in your company name. That's irreplaceable in itself. And then they can transfer the call directly to you. And then you can start building your business credit, because they report to the Business Credit Bureau for your credit file. So you're improving that as well. And it's $99. There's a link down below for Opus Virtual Office. And if you use the code YG1, that's the letter Y, G as in George, number 1, then your administration fee is waived. All right. And the $99 per month, that is also a tax write-off for your business. All right. So that's your first order of business. Where do you get an EIN number? IRS.gov. It's that simple. All right. So go to irs.gov. You can do in their search engine EIN, and you can electronically do it normally during business hours for some reason. This isn't like the old days where you could do it in the middle of the night. For some reason, it seems to only work during business hours. So that's also something that's very, very interesting. Let me see who's in the house on a Friday night, July 4th weekend. Curtis Davis is here, Mr. Financial. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And he has his tagline. He brought it with him tonight. He says, "Good evening, SSN family." And then he says the magic words, ABMM, always be making money. That's what you have to think about right now, ladies and gentlemen. Get your duffel bag of cash ready. Start stacking some cash, not to go out here and buy some trinkets, but to go out here and be prepared to buy these assets when they go down. That's a fact. They are going down. All right. And by the way, Curtis Davis, he gives updates on the stock market on his channel throughout the day, evening, night. You never know when that's going to happen. Today, the stock market had a nice little uptick, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, down ticks. So one day it goes back up, just so you guys can say, hey, is this the time for me to put some more money in? Well, don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We still have bad roads ahead. It's going to be bad. So Curtis Davis has his own channel, because again, that's a way where you can monetize yourself. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have a podcast, if you want to be on TikTok, Instagram, all these places, Facebook, you can monetize yourself. So get familiar with all these platforms, because you can also promote your business, by the way, on these platforms. So go check out Chili Davis. He has his channel, CHILLY Davis, Chili Davis. Please subscribe. He's part of the SSN Nation, and he gives valuable information, which, you know, a lot of times you can go watch CNBC. I'm going to pull some things up. You can go watch CNBC. You can watch Bloomberg and Market Watch and all this stuff. But you got to understand, half the time they're Johnny come lately. They don't understand these experts. They're not going to sit there and tell you something that may be underneath what's happening. They're going to sit there and tell you, oh, okay, Tesla went down, Apple went down, the mainstream. They're not going to tell you something like EV markets. And then they're going to say, hey, you should be thinking about getting some EV suppliers or battery makers. They're not going to do anything suggesting like that, knowing full well millions of EVs are going to be sold starting in about 2025, 2026, because there's mandates. So there's only hundreds of thousands sold now as far as the United States market. Worldwide, there's millions. But again, it's not like they're selling 20 million EVs. So you have a chance to get in on these EV stocks and suppliers at low prices, but they're not telling you that. All right. So just keep that in mind. Oh, ChargePoint, for instance, CHPT. All right. Blink, BLNK. Some of these things I'll just Mullen, MULLEN, by the way, another stock. All right. These are that's a battery company. ChargePoint, their charge station. EVgo, charge station that can charge faster than ChargePoint charge stations. All right. So you guys have to understand this EV market is going to change rapidly over the next couple of years. And some of these prices right now are so low that you have to start thinking they are undervalued. But are they really undervalued yet? I don't believe so. Let me know what you think. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name, and he brings one of two taglines tonight. This is the one tagline. Hi, all. And of course, let's do this. And we're going to make it happen. And we have discussions. So if you ever want to ask any questions, you can always be in the chat room and ask the questions. No problem. Nisi J's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And she says hello. Hello to you too. Thank you once again for being in the house tonight. Leah Dennis is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to the name. And she says, happy Friday, SSN family. Happy Friday to you. 100% facts and crowning her. Thank you so much. Once again, using those special emojis. Victor Marrero says, huge celebration at Margaritaville Resort Orlando this weekend. A total of 12 live bands, car show, and family entertainment. The whole place, including the hotel, is booked solid. Happy 4th. Victor Marrero, loving life. In case you don't know and you're new and watching this, Victor Marrero has some real estate investments. He invested in Margaritaville. And that's a good sign for him because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, in Orlando, July 4th, you can charge a whole lot more money this week than other weeks. And the next weeks you can charge a lot of money is Thanksgiving and creme de la creme. Christmas and New Year's weeks are off the charts. You could be paying for a 2-bedroom these days due to inflation, $500 or $600 or $700 per night. It's going to be out of control. And at Margaritaville, it might even be $1,000 a night. Who knows during New Year's this year? All I know is I have a place like Star Island that's a New Year's week, and it's crazy. Maintenance fees are no more than $1,100, $1,200. You could charge people before inflation damn near $3,000. It usually was $2,995. Now you can charge them in the $3,000. Things are getting out of control, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Victor Marrero, very happy for you. Happy July 4th weekend for everybody. But this is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. He's making that money right now before the economy even goes even further in the toilet because he's going to be buying up some more assets, I'm sure. Curtis Davis says, I got notification and smashed the like button. Thank you so much. At least that starts it off. One person has received a notification at least. That is good news. Curtis Davis says, Leah Dennis, welcome back from NJ. Victor, congrats on Condo and DR executing. Yes, that's exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. We have some interesting news. Here's the first thing. Let me, in case you weren't with us on Wednesday night, because a lot of people aren't, midweek, getting ready for the weekend for July 4th. Lots of happenings. So here's the thing. There is Panorama Lake. They haven't finished yet. This is inside Vistacana, but Panorama Lake sent something to the owners who got in like last year or the year before. They gave them an option, which is wild. I find this fascinating. They said, due to the economy, due to inflation, due to the cost of goods increasing, we're going to exercise our right, because they can, in their contract, it says it can go up to 10% due to unknown situations, pretty much. So they said 7%. They're going to raise the price 7% for this pre-construction. But get this, if you don't want to pay the 7%, they're saying we will give you back all of your money. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Talk about a developer that I love. I'm in shock, quite frankly. That is what they said. 7% increase in price. If you don't like it, we'll take the property back, give you back everything that you have put down and your down payment. So literally a free ride or pay 7% back. Take your pick. Now, that is going to be something that is very, very interesting, because once again, I have to mention this. In the DR in 2008 and 9, now I'm not saying history is going to repeat itself, but in the DR, the same situation came up in 2006, 7, and 8 when somebody bought, and again, I'll tell the story in case we have new people here, $264,000 across the street from the beach in, I can't remember the name of the place. But anyhow, El Cordacito. So across the street from the beach, El Cordacito. And so therefore, or Las Corrales, sorry, all that. But anyhow, across the street from the beach. Meanwhile, a crash occurs. Now condos are selling for literally the 2 bedrooms, 60,000, 70,000, not across the street from the beach, but about 200 yards away. And then about a 50 yards or 60 yards away, another complex, which actually goes out to the beach, they're selling theirs for like 130, 140. She could not get the price of her condo at 264 from 2008 when she bought it. She tried to sell it around 2014, 15 or so. And then in 2021, somebody finally gave her $264,000, what she bought it for. So I'm just saying, just the fact that these prices are going up, the properties could go down, which makes it very, very interesting decisions that may need to be made. I'm just saying, all right? So that's how we're rolling with that. Just giving you some information, something you to think about. Because again, we're stealing from the rich here, ladies and gentlemen. Because here's how it works. In case you're not privy and don't understand, when they reduce the interest rates, that allows the rich to buy up bargain properties, but that also allows regular individuals to buy up properties and buy up assets, and they can borrow against these assets. But then when the economy gets bad, people are laid off. Businesses go out of business. So therefore, we have to buy real estate or other assets that go down because people have lost their jobs. So that's why I'm calling it, let the stealing from the rich begin. Because even the rich, because they leveraged their assets, they have to get rid of them. And so they could fall in your lap, but you're going to have to be looking for some assets, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare yourself right now. You should already be looking at some places that you would want to purchase, some assets that you want to buy. So then you can actually keep track of if it's a value or not. If something costs $100 and then you're not paying an attention, and then all of a sudden it's 90, and then people tell you, oh, everything crashed 40%. You're thinking that 90,000 might be 40% and buy. You need to know that it used to sell for 100. And if it's not at 60,000 or 50,000, then that particular asset didn't drop 40%. So is it really a good buy when you can buy another asset that dropped 40, 50, or 90% like crypto? All right, ladies and gentlemen, think about all that. Think about that. You're going to have decisions to make. You're the CEO of your life. And also, you have a chance to be an emerging millionaire. Come on. You guys can do this. Just stay the course. This is also why I'd be remiss if I didn't show this. I got to show something here shortly. But here we go. Victor says at Curtis Davis. Curtis Davis says that Victor, congrats on condo and DR executing. That is correct. Curtis Davis, thank you. Can't wait to close on that apartment so we can stay there a few months. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Victor, you are positioned. That's right. That is key right there, Curtis Davis. Mr. Financial saying, put yourself in position. Leah Dennis showing some love. Happy July 4th weekend, Eric B. Curtis Day. Victor M. Nisi J. Also, I received my YouTube notification. That's the second person. Thank you so much for letting me know you received a notification. So what are some of these assets? So a lot of people may be thinking stocks. Okay, we understand. Some people may be thinking crypto. Well, if you think crypto is an asset, well, FTX apparently has just bought BlockFi for a fire sale. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. $25 million. Is this for real? Is this for real? Ladies and gentlemen, this is how the Winklevoss brothers, they already been bailed out. They got their money a long time ago. But this is how the rich, this is how they're stealing from the rich, ladies and gentlemen. This is incredible. BlockFi at one time, let me bring this up. BlockFi at one time was valued, not worth, because it's what somebody will pay you is what it's actually worth. But it was valued at 4.8 billion with a B, ladies and gentlemen. $4.8 billion is what BlockFi was valued at just 2 short years ago. FTX gave them a loan of around 240 million, and now they're going to buy them out for the remaining 25 million. So basically they bought them for roughly $275 million. Is this incredible or what? A fire sale. 4.8 billion valuation down to 250 million. You need $250 million just to get to $1 billion. Just to give you an idea how cheap this has been purchased at. And they're holding assets of hundreds of millions of dollars. This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? They messed up. They are all leveraged. Look at this. BlockFi just borrowed 240 million. BlockFi already borrowed previously. BlockFi had investors who already gave them money. These guys are up their behinds in debt. Celsius is the same way. Nexo, same way. They had to borrow money, hundreds of millions of dollars, just to stay afloat, ladies and gentlemen. They were staying afloat just by borrowing, leveraging, not generating any income at all. And so when the economy starts going down, or shall I say crypto assets start dropping, you can't leverage anymore. You can't borrow because crypto's not going up. They messed up, ladies and gentlemen. And now you may have an opportunity here shortly to find out how badly they messed up. Because if Bitcoin does in fact drop to, let's call it 4 digits, 9,000 something, if it gets that low, which I would be shocked, but if it got even that low, that means the stock market's also going down. All right. And that also means real estate's going to be following as well. And that means you better be signing up to become an emerging millionaire at that point, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you have revenues coming in. Stuff your bags. Get them ready, because you need to unleash all this, because this may be the last time this is going to happen. All right. I'm going to show you this. I'll go down a little bit more. But here's where it comes after FTX provided 250 million emergency line of credit to BlockFi. So maybe they didn't use the line of credit. And instead, BlockFi said, hey, man, we'll just take over. Here's 25 million. Hasta la vista. And now FTX is going to, this is incredible. Here it is right here. New Jersey-based BlockFi was last valued at 4.8 billion. This is crazy. This is crazy. And it's supposed to close today. Who knows? You know how this works. But this is crazy, and they need regulatory approval because remember, BlockFi and the Winklevoss brothers, they are the feds. All I'm going to say, right? Winklevoss brothers, they tie themselves in with the big boys, with the banks. So they're all friends. So you know they had loans from their friends at the bank. And the Winklevoss brothers, that's what they do. They're not sitting out here trying to be entrepreneurs, rogue people. They always align themselves with banks. So they didn't mind being regulated. That's what they want to do. And now here we go. They messed up, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, everybody should be reaping the rewards. If you're going to be in crypto right now, you're going to have to determine what the value is of any coins, any altcoins. You're going to have to determine what it is exactly, what the prices are. Crypto winter can continue. Halving is not coming to save you this year. And how is money generated? You know how? You have to have demand. They've been shilling Bitcoin and Ethereum for the last 3-4 years. When the economy goes bad, people are laid off, people aren't going to be spending their money to buy something called crypto. So therefore, the demand is lower. Therefore, prices have to go lower until there's a recovery. But what if recovery is not for another year and a half? That's the real question. Are you going to have enough patience and not use all of your bullets, all of your dry powder, all of your duffel bag of cash on the way down? Why don't you just, like I said, here's what I'm doing. I'm sitting back, relaxing. I'm just saying, let's see what happens. Let's see how far this falls. Why do I want to bail out these guys? By putting money in. All right. The Federal Reserve bails them out enough already. It's our tax money that we're going to be paying anyhow on it. Let the Federal Reserve keep bailing them out. All right. I won't get into much more of that, but I just wanted to let you know that that situation has occurred. And then now, in case you missed it, if that's not scary enough, if this is an asset, then you should be preparing yourself and studying crypto right now. Not saying to invest in it, but you should be studying it because you need to know where the price points are. Because if you don't know that Bitcoin's around 20,000, 21,000, and if you didn't know it was at one time 69,000, if you didn't know a similar situation like this happened 4 years ago, where it went up to 17,000 and then crypto went all the way down to around $3,000, that's Bitcoin I'm referring to, then you would be panicked right now. You'd be like, wait a minute, this has already happened before on several occasions, 3 times in the last 12 years. All right. So this is, some other people are just sitting there patiently going, well, this is going to go higher eventually, but where do you want to enter at? Do you want to enter at 17,000? Do you want to enter at 12,000? Because right now I would hate to buy at 21 and then 4 months or 2 months from now, it's at $9,000. That would not be good. Is all I'm saying. Wouldn't you like to buy closer to the $9,000 than 21,000, right? So all I'm saying is, look at this headline right here. CNBC, Johnny come lately. Bitcoin just had its worst month on record. That's right. On record. And that records probably didn't even start till what, 2012 or something, when in fact Bitcoin came out like 2009 or so, or 8, somewhere in there. But it says Bitcoin just finished its worst month in 12 years that it's been available on exchanges. So there you go. Losing more than 38% of its value in June as of Thursday afternoon. You guys really want to put your money into this asset class? Be my guest. But that dollar cost averaging hasn't helped over the last month, has it? If you started dollar cost averaging, you would be down 47% from when you started a month ago. That wouldn't be good. But that would be Bitcoin if you're dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin. Now, if you're talking about altcoins, now you guys know altcoins are worse. They've gone down more than 47% last month. So all I'm saying is this is time for you to get your duffel bag of cash ready, have it already set up, and make sure you're ready to rock and roll. You want to be an emerging millionaire? You want to rock the t-shirt too? Well, then go to stopstrugglingnow.com and pick it up. That's where the SSN merchandise resides. The link is down below in the description. All right, let's see. Here we go. We have more news. I know there's going to be some more news regarding crypto. We'll get into that in a second. Let's see what you guys have. Let's see what you guys got, what you're talking about here. Because this is interactive, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see. Victor is positioned. That's how we like to do it. Leah Dennis is again showing the love. Victor Marrero showing some love, saying hello to Leah Dennis. And lots of love. The rumor said FTX was going to buy Robinhood. 2 days later, they buy BlockFi. All rich. Do buy each other debt. Incredible. Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. But here's the funny part. Even though they're going to buy them, FTX has deeper pockets at the moment. But you're going to get dragged down by that asset that they just purchased. That is not going to stabilize the markets. That is not going to help. I'm just going to say that right now. So don't be confused, ladies and gentlemen. That's not like a happy thing, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Voyager assets just froze. All users, all accounts. Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Leveraging their assets. I call it the Michael Saylor program. You go out here, have an exchange. You sit there and say, wow, we have a couple $100 million in accounts. Hey, do you think we can borrow about $50 or $60 million? Why are you borrowing $50 or $60 million? Oh, because we have to pay people their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% interest every month or every week. Wait, you don't make revenue? No worries. We don't really care because you have assets of 200 and some odd million. I don't know what Voyager's assets were, or assets under management. Your money is what they're using, but they go out here and be able to borrow millions against it. Those millions they're borrowing, they are not using that to generate any other revenues, because in crypto, how can you generate revenues? Fees? Well, that's not going to be enough. Spread across millions of people, it's not going to be enough. So that's where we're at here, ladies and gentlemen. So they have messed up big time the crypto markets. And you know who's in the crypto markets, right? The banks are in there. The hedge funds are in there. They just bought it up quietly, right? It's that simple. That's why when the market goes up, the stock market goes up, crypto goes up. When stock market goes down, crypto goes down. You guys understand this. But yes, it appears 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Thank you for that update, Chili Davis, Mr. Financial, Curtis Davis. 3 hours ago, Voyager Digital freezes trading deposits, withdrawals, rewards, blames 3AC default. Hey, again, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about this. I'm going to get myself back on the screen here, but think about this. What does a Chinese company default have to do with all these BlockFis and Voyagers and Celsius and Nexo? Ladies and gentlemen, that's because they were getting loans back and forth from one another, leveraging themselves. See how it works? They messed up. This is how you're going to be able to steal from the rich, because now, do you not think this is going to affect the market? They are now freezing withdrawals. It could be where it's stolen money, stolen crypto, right? Now, people don't have the crypto to come out here and go buy some more assets, which means prices have to go back down even further. They're messing up, ladies and gentlemen. Let the stealing from the rich begin. Come on, let's go. Get your duffel bags ready. All right, facts. FTX Consolidated Power. That's right. They just bought them out. Makes sense. Exactly, Curtis Davis. No reason not to, because after they looked at them and they said, hey, we're going to give you a line of credit for $250 million. And they're like, what collateral do you have? Oh, well, since it just dropped another 5 to 10%, we only have we lost 90% of our value. Oh, you mean you're only really worth 400 million? Yeah, something like that. Well, then we're not giving you a loan for 250. Crypto's volatile. All right, why don't we just buy you out for 25 mil? That's hilarious when you think about it. A value of $4.8 billion to 25, let's even give them credit, 50 million. Either way, that is stealing. They stole from the rich, which is the Winklevoss brothers. They're up there. In case you don't know who they are, that's where Facebook was stolen from the Winklevoss brothers. Um, just so you know their idea. Um, when he went to school with the Winklevoss brothers, and they had him do some work for them because they wanted that social network on campus. And while he was doing that work for them, he said, "You know what? I think I'm going to do something else, but I'm going to make it I'm going to San Francisco. Call it Facebook." Yes, 2017, it went from 20K to 3K. Some held. Yeah, exactly. Crazy, crazy times, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. This is just getting out of hand. So I'm sitting back. I'm relaxing. I'm just watching the fireworks begin. This is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. All right. If you're here, you can watch some of my videos I've made over the last week and last month where I'm actually illustrating when the markets go up and down because there's correlations. The Federal Reserve has increased interest rates. That's slowing down the economy. They're actually trying to stall it. They're doing a hell of a good job. In another month, they're going to be increasing it probably another 50 basis points, 75. They need to stall this economy. Incredible. They're taking advantage of that wounded animal BlockFi. You got that right. That's why you need to be the wolf instead of the sheep. Exactly. Always remember, someone is always trying to eat your lunch. Very well said, Victor Marrero. He said it exactly right. You guys are out here not paying attention right now, but there's other people studying all of this, looking for their way in. And you should be studying, gaining some knowledge along the way too. You can't just rely on CNBC and any other business news, Fox News or Bloomberg, Market Watch. You can't just rely on them. Jim Cramer. These guys are wrong so often. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. So you have to start getting knowledge because right now, the greatest transfer of wealth, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. When this thing hits the fan, you're going to have opportunities to do some serious damage. All right. There's an opportunity that came up today. Actually, I found out about it a little bit late. Can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen? There's a guy that's selling a storage units, and simply because the person's old in age, they're like over 80 some years old. They're selling storage units, and he's selling it literally for half the value. But it's not, nobody's actually sold it. But get this, because he's so old and he doesn't understand what he can do, he owes some people like $20,000, $30,000 unbelievably for some work that they did there. So he could have went down and just went to the bank and said, "Hey, can I get this line of credit?" B, he has it up for sale and he has somebody that wants to buy it. So his option, he chose an option like this. Can you believe this? He says, I need $25,000 from the seller. I mean, from the buyer. Is that incredible? That's incredible. Wouldn't you say? Unbelievable. And he's willing to do something that is crazy. He's like, "Oh, since you're buying it anyhow and it's in escrow and you put down $500,000 in escrow, then I'll just put you on title right now." Well, what that means is for $25,000, if you're on title of a property, you don't have to buy it no more. You can go refi it. It's 50% LTV. And you can buy him out on the refi. Is this incredible? Who has ever heard of stuff like this? But again, you have to be in the game in order to have these opportunities. You have to be studying. You have to be somewhere. And in this particular case, talk about being at the right place at the right time. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. That's another illustration of why you have to be ready, ladies and gentlemen. S98 April, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. 500,000 divided by 1,000 equals 500. Very well said. Very true. 1 million divided by 1,000 is 1,000. Exactly, S98 April. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, let's use some of these things because a lot of times people use these numbers. So you want to be a millionaire? Find a product you can sell for $1,000 and do it 1,000 times. That's how people correlate it. But thank you so much. That's how it works. Create own business in a crisis. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You want to create a business that solves problems. Speaking of that, now you guys know we have SSN Lifestyle. If you're new here, there's a new project that I started, SSN Lifestyle. Why? Because let's just face facts. You could be losing your jobs. You need extra streams of revenue, right? So what better way than to have somebody say, hey, here's some products, here's some service. All you have to do is send people there, similar to what you do with Amazon. If you're an affiliate for anybody, you send somebody there and then you receive commission. Except all I get when I send somebody somewhere is they send me a commission and I get a check. I don't get anything else. There's no other perks. So SSN Lifestyle, I actually made it a membership where people can sign up. And therefore, you have additional perks. There's different membership levels. The top membership level is the Founders Club. Then there's a low membership level of free where you can just do what I said. You refer other people, you receive a commission check. You don't have anything else going on. But if you want to be a member, well, then there's other things that happen. You get bonus pool money. Some additional revenue streams come in. You also get discount pricing on items. You also have things such as, I want to always start at the Founders Club because there's only 15 available spots for Founders Club, and that's the top dog. But nonetheless, I won't get into that too much tonight, but we're starting new products and services are coming out like the SSN Lifestyle Body Balance Cream and another 3 or 4 products that aren't even out on the market yet, but it's only for SSN Lifestyle members. You can actually promote it and you can actually make commission. All right. In fact, I don't even think I put a link down below for SSN Lifestyle tonight, but I'll run a little short video. Let me see if I have anything. I don't think I put it down there tonight, but we'll add it. So then everybody who sees this after the live stream, and even in about 5 minutes or less, I'll add it into the description box. And no, it's not in the description box. So we're going to add that right now. All right. And thank you so much. We've already had orders on the new product coming out, which is awesome because that product, it's awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about magnesium, D3, iodine, MSM. This helps you with, if you have, there's benefits such as it can help with arthritis. It can help with the healthy heart. It can help with your joints. It can help with your bones, osteoporosis. It can help with your thyroid support. It can help with so many different things is what this formula does. And so I may run that video tonight. It is about 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes, but I'm going to run that so then you can see what that is. But it's sold only at SSN Lifestyle. That's the only place you can get it right now. Now, and also, just so people will know, there's going to even be a program with, let's just say somebody says, hey, I want to actually go try to promote this, take it to, like, let's say merchants or stores or whatever. You can actually be a wholesaler, being a member of the channel. So in other words, you buy like 2 or 3 dozen. I haven't set it up yet, but it'll be either 2 or 3 dozen or more. Then you're going to get a hefty discount and you can actually go out there and promote and sell it that way versus having to send people all there and make only 8, 10, 15%. You can make more that way if you actually want to do the wholesale thing. Again, there's only one company on the planet that has this stuff, right? And there's more to it because Vanessa Comagate, she was asking me about the D3. Oh, and by the way, I just added the SSN Lifestyle in case somebody wants to go check that out. She asked me about the D3. She said, the IUs. She asked me about the IUs. It was 5,000 IU. Well, guess what? Because what she asked me, I said, you know what? Let me look into something. I want more than 5, because this is topical. This isn't a pill, ladies and gentlemen. This is like lotion that you rub on, doesn't have an odor, doesn't smell, all natural, no parabens, made in USA. Source materials are from the United States, not China, not India. They're from USA, pharmaceutical stuff. So again, all natural, all nice, works for your body inside, goes to your bloodstream, through your skin. It's beautiful, in my opinion. I'm actually going to show you what the label's going to look like. All right, because you guys know we've been selling some of these. So I told you last night, anybody who orders over the next 3 or 4 days, nothing's going to be shipped out until about 7 days, maybe even less, because actually things went faster than I had anticipated. But it's actually going to be less. We have product, we have the labels, which are done actually. So anyhow, create own business in a crisis. Because why? Because we are actually help people. That's what we're trying to do here, right? Okay. Here we are. Lots of love. We told people last week or 2 ago exactly. Also, 3AC Crypto filed for bankruptcy. There you go. Everybody's running for the hills. Build your cash bag. Victor Marrero. I didn't know 3AC Crypto filed for bankruptcy. That means it's over. It's over. Their money is gone. Oh my, that's very bad. Build your cash bag. That's very bad, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder they had to give up the ghost on that one. Oh man, all these guys that leverage with 3AC, you are screwed. Your money's gone. They're in China. You're not getting it back, any of it. There is no bankruptcy where you're going to be in the USA and get money back. You're screwed. And now our federal government here in the United States, they are going to start doing restrictions, right? They're going to start putting things in place. That is no help to crypto. All right. That's right. Government may show up when it reaches 2K, bump on rock bottom. The billionaires are calling each other in panic. The tide gone out. Buffett, exactly. Buffett is cash free right now. He's just holding cash. He's sitting back. You guys should be doing. Maybe one of these days I should meet Buffett, because sometimes he makes sense. A lot of times he makes sense. The only thing he didn't make sense on was crypto, right? He didn't want to partake in crypto at all because he's old school. He believes electricity is not enough. That doesn't produce anything. Warren Buffett believes in products and services. So if it's being produced and the company has employees, then it's worthy of investing. He doesn't think that just by basically rolling the dice and running electricity, that's not a product. It doesn't produce anything. So that's why he's never going to invest in crypto. But he has exposure, unbeknownst to him or beknownst to him. Either way, he has exposure because some of the businesses he's dealing with or he has in his portfolio have actually bought Bitcoin or something, or some other Ether or whatever, some other crypto asset, and have it on their balance sheet. It's just that he doesn't buy it straight out himself. So just keep that in mind. But he'll never buy it out straight. He will never invest. In other words, he would never have been in this sweepstakes to buy BlockFi, Voyager, and Celsius, none of these. So he's like, hey, let it fall. I don't care. That's how I feel. Let it fall, ladies and gentlemen. There's no sense in trying to do DCA because you're not going to be able to figure it out. All right. Just let it do what it's got to do. There's no sense in doing what everybody has told you. Remember, CNBC, even a president of a nation, if they sit there and tell you buy the dip, there's a reason they're telling you to buy the dip. If I know that the Federal Reserve is going to continue to reduce the interest rate, then I would say buy the dip, because he knows that they're borrowing, the big banks are borrowing, hedge funds are borrowing amongst each other for 1% or less. And they're just going to borrow and buy more stocks. So buy the dip because the stock's going to bounce back. Well, now we're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. There is no buy the dip because they're going to increase interest rates. How many of you guys was actually watching Powell being at the Capitol Hill answering questions? How many of you did you see that? It was disgusting. I was watching it. It was really disgusting. It's like the guy was like clueless. I couldn't believe what the guy's saying. This was like ridiculous. He's sitting there saying his tool book, they're going to increase inflation. And I'm sitting there like, of course you are. And so some of the senators are sitting there saying, hey, when you increase inflation, doesn't that mean that companies are going to start laying people off? Doesn't that mean interest rates go higher? So that means real estate prices are going to go down? Doesn't that mean the cost to borrow is going to go up, which now means the cost of goods and services are going to go up also? So that means inflation is going to keep rising, right? And he's like, I don't know. I can't really say that. I'm like, this is insanity. I'm like, and these people are in charge? I'm like, this is not even rocket science. They don't even have that many. Again, I need to get these guys on the SSN Nation live stream because I want to talk to these guys. This is insanity. Regulation at 2K unless we get emergency halving. Oh, see, there you go, Curtis Davis. See, Curtis Davis. Now you're understanding crypto so far is no different than the federal government. You guys see what's going on out here. That's why you have to be ready. Stay ready, because this crumbling down effect means you can steal from the rich. They can't get it back when you have it. Just like right now, the other day, I said, hey, maybe now the time to start thinking about gold, silver, and precious metals, because all these guys have hoarded it. JP Morgan has the most. They're a bank. Why do you think they have hoarded silver? And there's a whole bunch of other companies that have hoarded silver as well, banks and gold. And there's a reason. Because they know there is no playbook for the Federal Reserve. All they're going to do is keep raising the interest rates. They have no choice. We still have another year before they can get there. They're not going to wake up in 3 months and go, hey, you know what? Let's just end this. We're going to raise it 200 basis points. Let's end this. They're not going to do that, right? So you got to be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to slow roll you the whole time. So therefore, again, step down. Here we go. We're going to go down. Then we're going to have a day like today. It goes up. And then on Monday, it might even go up a little bit more. So people will go, oh, maybe this is the time. That was the bottom. Maybe I should buy now. So then it helps increase the cost of the stocks, right? Or the crypto. And they're just slow rolling you, because as soon as they raise the interest rate again, stocks are going to go back down even further, because they can't borrow against each other. They can't keep borrowing amongst each other, and they're not going to be paying 0% anymore. They're paying over 1% right now. Now, the next raise is going to mean they're going to be almost they will be at 2%, because they're at 1.6 right now. They're going to be over 2% if it goes 50% basis point. So again, the borrowing amongst them, 2%. When you start doing this $100 million and 2%, now all of a sudden that's a whole different ball game. $100 million and you only have to pay 0.5%. Much different when it's 2%. All right. And inflation is 20%. Hell no. You're going to be screwed trying to borrow that type of money and then trying to leverage it. And then interest rates continue to rise. That's crazy. I'm telling you. So just stick ready, be ready, play ready, get ready. All right, let's go. Curtis Davis today. Barry Bonds, former New York Met, will get a paycheck for $1.19 million because the Mets could afford him in late 92-94 baseball season. He negotiated a deal. Barry Bonds. What are you talking? What? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you mean Barry Bonds' dad? I mean, you can't be talking about Barry Bonds getting paid right now from 92 to 94. Oh my, Curtis Davis. It's just like when SoftBank start pulling their money out of tech company, Three Arrows. It's canary in the coal mine. Exactly, Mr. Financial. And once again, 50 minutes in. Please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. All right, here we are. Oh, Bobby Bonds. Okay, that makes sense. Bobby Bonds. R. Anthony Harge, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says Bobby Bonds. That makes sense. That's who I was thinking about. His father's Bobby, not Barry. But thank you so much, Anthony Harge. And again, welcome to the SSN Nation. 55 minutes in, please smash the like button, click the all notification bell. Jonathan Rodriguez, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. He says, I like Crow coins, upside potential in the next few years. Jonathan Rodriguez, yeah, okay. Jonathan Rodriguez, but Crow coins had upside 6 months ago too. Look how far it has fallen down, right? So do you believe it's going to go up from here? Are you buying more now, or are you going to sit back and wait another month or two and see what happens? All of these exchanges are going to be freezing the accounts. Three Arrows goes bankrupt. There's more than just the ones in the news that we know about that's going to have to freeze funds. There's going to be some other dominoes falling. That means people can't buy, nor can they withdraw. Keep all that in mind. Okay, so I'm just saying, Jonathan Rodriguez, is it time for you to buy? Are you buying or are you waiting? Let us know. Lots of love. FTXCO saying out loud, many are insolvent. Oh, we knew this. SSN family knew this 2 weeks ago. Exactly. That's why we were taking our monies off these exchanges like ASAP. Nexo, gone. Voyager, gone. We ain't waiting around for these guys. Exchanges, he says. Exactly. There we go. In fact, let's go here, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, let me do this here. Oh, hold on. So just so you know, this is a mock. Well, it's almost the label. There might be a little tweak to it. But remember that product that I was talking about? I'm going to show you guys something right now. You guys always get first knowledge, even before SSN Lifestyle members. So check this out here. I'm going to go off screen, and I'm going to actually show you. That's interesting. No. That's not what I want. No, we'll do it this way. All right. So I'll go off screen and I'll show you what the All right. Just so you can hear me again, this is the mock-up. This is what's going to be wrapped up next week. So the shipping is going to actually commence before the 7 to 10 days. It's actually going to commence on probably Tuesday. So everybody who ordered, you should have it by a week from now. So just letting you know, where do you order it from? SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the product, the iodine, the MSM, the D3 with 10,000 IU for Vanessa Comagate, not 5. 10 upped it. Magnesium have to be number one, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody else is selling this coming out of the box, right? Have to be number one. Can't have anybody else messing around with our stuff here. All right. And I'm going to put these link in the chat room so everybody can see this. 3 ounces. All you take is one press of the pump a day just to stay. And here's the link in the chat room in case you want to order this. Again, it's a cream. It goes on once a day. It's maintenance. It helps you out. That's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So just letting you know, SSN Lifestyle members and refers affiliates, you guys have that going on for you. And the prices are right. $34.99. How about that? Not out the box for D3, iodine, MSM, and magnesium, and aloes in there as well. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, and there's other products, other special ingredients in their proprietary blend that helps you as well. So just keep that in mind and actually check out the benefits, because this is a product that you can actually sell, and you can do a retail environment if you want to. And if you don't know, Ring of Fire, which is our Shark Tank at SSN Lifestyle, there's something called Fingernails to Go. That's going to be coming out next week, where it starts with the Founders Club members. They're the first ones that's going to have dibs on it, because it's going to be roughly a $4,000. If that's what it costs to get the unit, and that's going to get you passive income, because that's what we want, right? You want passive income. If you don't know about Fingernails to Go, please search the channel, because these are assets. You're creating your own business. That means there's assets coming, and you could be a part of this. And there's going to be other businesses as well that comes down the pike. And the higher your membership level is, you're able to be in first. So keep all of that in mind. Now, let's keep moving. Here we go. Let's see. CPI dated July 10th. Billionaire know we are toast for next 6 months. Exactly. Curtis Davis says it right. In fact, they're toast for the next year. Interest rates are going to keep going up. And what's going to end up happening is, you guys understand the Federal Reserve, Powell's even admitting they're still buying up debt. So I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill, I'm watching this stuff, and I'm sitting there going, okay, let me get this straight. Inflation has already started. So the inflation that has already incurred is because of 5 years ago, when you do a tax cut, tax break, and that is 3.5 trillion or 3.8 trillion, whatever it was. That is what comes back to haunt you down the road. Because it got staved off is because there was COVID, and they gave billions of dollars in stimulus money to people out of thin air. So the stimulus money also comes into the marketplace, and that's trillions of dollars. Then, because of the deterioration of America, instead of doing the other stuff before that, now they say, well, we got to build, we got to deal with our infrastructure, build back America. So now they need another couple of $1 trillion out of thin air. So you start adding up these trillions of dollars. Next thing you know, you spent like $10 trillion in 6 years. There's no amount of interest rate increases going to stop inflation, ladies and gentlemen. And here is Powell on the stand and talking today. And I'm still sitting there hearing him going, oh, we're not really tapered off. We're still buying up the debt. I'm like, well, wait a minute. That means you're doing some more trillions of dollars out of thin air. So how is inflation going to subside? He's giving this mumbo jumbo about supply and all this. And I'm just like, dudes, this ain't no supply. You need to stop printing up money. Maybe that would help you. That's a starter, wouldn't it be? Come on, guys. Get Jay Powell on the channel. Let's go. We might have to start doing that Twitter stuff or something, because I want to have a chit chat with this guy. They're dancing around with these senators and stuff. I want to have a little chit chat myself. This is craziness. This is not, America's 100 years old. Our monetary system is about 100, 120 years old. That's it. The Federal Reserve came out about 100 years ago, 110 years ago, 105. These guys are acting like there's rocket science going on. You have money, you're buying up the debt of companies that the companies can't pay the debt back. So that means there's no money coming in. So I'm going to submit to you guys. Think about this. Let's just say you had $10,000 at your house, and there's a company that's on the stock market, and they say, hey, we have all this debt over here. We can't borrow any money, but we really need to buy up our shares of stock so we can prop up our stock price. And let's just, for the sake of argument, it's $5,000. And so now you go, okay, here's $5,000. They go and buy up their stock price. You just bought their debt. That debt's not going to be paid back. That money he just grabbed out of thin air, where did that come from? The 10,000, 5,000 I just gave him is gone. And now company number 2 does this exact same thing. 10,000 is gone. Company number 3 comes along, but we want to prop up the stock market. Where are we going to get that from? Oh, I know. We're going to sell some bonds, ladies and gentlemen, create money out of thin air. That's all inflation, ladies and gentlemen. And you're not paying back the debt. You just put it in another bucket over here, sitting there. It's crazy. That's insanity. Okay, Jonathan Rodriguez, I've been DCAing in, especially when it dips. I like their easy to use Visa card. Okay. Okay. All right. You can go for that. You can go for that. Let me, Jonathan, since you talked about this, you know how we do this here, right? You know we're going to have to go to the screen and go check it out, right? Because you know my philosophy may be different than yours. And it is different than yours. Let's just say what it is. All right? It's much different. Because here's what I'm trying to say right now. So isn't there coin CRO? CRO crypto price. I believe it is. That CRO coin always messed me up. All right. Here's what we're doing. Oh wait, that's not it. Okay, crypto.com. No, I didn't want that, but it's all right. Here we are. Okay, I'm going to go. Yeah, we'll stay here then. I guess I can stay here. Okay, look, another -4 today. But that's not what I want to talk about here. Here's what I want to talk about. I want to see the chart because I want to understand, because what you're telling me is this is what you're doing. You're doing a DCA and the price keeps dropping, right? This is what the chart looks like over the last, well, we'll see in a second. I think it's over the last year. Because here's where my point I'm trying to make. You can love the stocks, or you can love crypto, you can love real estate, all you want. Why is this taking so long? What's happening? Okay, I can see the screen, but when I look over here, oh, okay, it's up. Here's what I'm talking about. Is this a year or the day? Oh, this is a year. All right. I think it's a year. Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Oh, here we go. All right. So here we are. DCA a year ago. Here we are, October. It's going up. We know when it's starting to go down at the end of November, right? So here's my question. So when this thing went down here to 78 cents in November, then it went down here to 49 cents in December. Were you buying then? When it went back up here to 62, were you buying then? And then now when it dropped down here in January, did you buy at 33 cents? So you see your DCA, if you were doing DCA, you're going down. But you could have been just saying, hey, I'm just going to chill out and watch what's going to happen. Because here you are in January, it's 36, 33. And then it goes up, giving you those upticks on the way down. We've talked about this in the SSN Nation, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a fallacy. This is what the Great Depression stock market looked like. It would go down like this, and then it would go up for a few days. So down here, it was at 33. Then all of a sudden, it's at 44. People are thinking, oh, my God, it's over. Let me start putting some more money in. And then all of a sudden, it goes off the cliff again for up to 50 and then goes back down to 38. And then it hovers around 39, 40. And so people are buying. They're buying the dip because they're like, oh, it was just 50. So it'll probably go back up. Sure enough, it starts rising. People buying some more because the only way the price can go up is because people have to buy. And so then a stair step up on March. And now all of a sudden, the big bang. They're like, hold on, we're increasing interest rates. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. And here we are, 31 cents. Did you dollar cost at 31 in May? Then when it dropped to 17, did you dollar cost in May? Then when it dropped to 14 cents, did you dollar cost again? You're wasting your bullets, in my opinion. When all along, instead of DCA and all the way down, you could have just said, oh, why don't we just find out how far this is going to go? Because now when you bought everything at 48, now you could have bought 4 coins for the price of 1 coin now for that 48 cents, because now it's down to 11. You see my point? So that's why there's no rush to DCA, because it's matching the stock market as well. This isn't independent. So hopefully, I understand what you're doing, but their card's not good enough for me. You're losing money if you would have DCA'd even a month ago, because it was 3 times the price a month ago. And now you lost a third of the 60% of your value in the 30 days. So you can't keep losing 30% in 30 days. And this is why Voyager, 3AC, 3 Arrows, and all these guys are out of business, because they were leveraged against not CRO, but they're leveraged up. And that's where the problem comes in. So all I'm saying is, why don't you just find out where the price discovery is? Because it's going to keep going down as long as the stock market's going down, in my opinion. But again, you invest according to what you want to invest in, ladies and gentlemen. You do your own due diligence. Just because I believe one thing, I'm not 100% right. Let's just face facts. All right. But the people have UVXY, VXY, and all that. You guys, SQQQ, you're standing by going, okay, I got another 20, 30% over the last month on my money. All I'm saying, it repeats. The stock market and everything repeats. And as soon as you realize the Federal Reserve, they have no playbook, zero. They're not doing anything. Any clown can raise or reduce interest rates. And if you know your economy runs on raising and reducing interest rates because it depends, businesses can now borrow imaginary money out of thin air and then go buy their own asset and increase the value, or buy another business for being overpriced using borrowed money. That's not really money. So it's a manipulation tactic. So it's nothing. And they've done it for the last 13 years. It hasn't been just the last 7 or 6 years that I was talking about was damn near $10 trillion. But how much was it the previous 8 years when Obama was in, and the stock market damn near tripled over those 8 years? There's a reason. There was quantitative easing going on behind the back door. So they were buying their own shares of stock with borrowed money, not paying their debt. And the Federal Reserve was just buying their debt. They're saying, okay, we'll let you borrow the money and then buy some more stocks, and then you join in. And that's how they increase their value, the rich, that is. And then you're bailing them out. Don't bail them out on the way down, ladies and gentlemen. No DCAing. Let this stuff fall, because remember, it's almost you against them. The rich are going to stay rich. They have most of the assets. In case you're new here, the top 10% of the wealthiest have as much as the bottom 70% in America. So let me rephrase. The bottom 70% of the wealthiest combined has as much as the top 10%. You guys do understand 70% is a lot bigger than 10%, right? But yet the 10% has as much as the bottom 70% of wealth combined. That's why we're going to have to steal from the rich this time. Don't fall for this stuff. The DCA that they're talking about right now in the stock market and crypto is the same thing. They mirror each other. If the crypto goes down, if stocks go down, crypto's going down. If stocks go up, crypto's going up. It's the same stair step as the Great Depression over 1.5 years before bottom. And then it took 10 years for anybody that invested DCAing. It took 10 years just to get back to even, because you were DCAing at the beginning and too soon, instead of waiting for it just to go to the bottom. And once it went to the bottom, well, then you're a winner, because at that point, even if you were waiting, your stock prices were going up, whether it was 5%, 10%, or 20% per year. It didn't matter. Once it dropped 87%, though, that's a long way down, just like what happened with crypto here, right? So just like right now, when we were looking at Crow and it was up to, what was that, 70 some cents? And here it is now at 11. That's like 80% drop in value. So if you bought coins at 11 cents and then the coin goes to 20, you're sitting there like, oh, almost 90%. It is 90% return, because you almost doubled your money. But the people who bought it 60 cents, who did their DCA, you're still underwater. A long way to go. But then you said I DCA'd. Okay, you DCA'd at 70. You DCA'd at 50. So that means you're in at 60. You DCA'd at 30. It depends on how much you bought, but now you're down to 50. Even though it went up to 20, you're still underwater because because you started buying so high. So why not just let it fall down? Okay, that's my spiel for letting it fall down. All right, for everybody out here. All righty. The Mets could not afford his MLB salary in 1992, so they did a long amortization schedule. That's incredible. That is incredible. Holy smokes. Kel Slater's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he says, E-Money and SSN family, slow rolling my baby, taught me get a duffel bag and turn crumbs to a whole loaf. BTC to 3K, look at the history cycle. Kel Slater. Kel Slater's being overly optimistic, I believe, because percentage-wise, it already happened. It went down to 17,000. I've talked about this over the last year. Percentage-wise, when it went from 17,000 down to 3,000, is the same as 69,000 down to 17,000. It hit that threshold, but it's not over, I don't believe. And what's worse is, since we're in a Great Depression, I have to agree with Kel Slater and Professor Auntie Val at this point, because they started talking four figures, under $9,999, which I think is almost unfathomable. But I do think it could happen because we're going to hit a Great Depression number. So when you start doing 80% reduction, that's pretty serious, ladies and gentlemen. 80%. If they're going to hit 90% in crypto because crypto's volatile, that would be insane. 90, 95%, that would be 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. That would be a situation where I'm going to have to say load up the boat, right? I just don't see no way around it if it got that low again. Gino Shimmy Ente's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He says, how is everyone tonight? Everyone is doing great. Hopefully you're doing great and starting off the weekend right. Curtis Davis says, Gino, welcome back, bro. Right on. Gino Shimiente, we are in the R word right now, not 6 months from now. Exactly, Gino Shimiente. Exactly. Everybody here in the SSN Nation already knows we're in a recession. We have already started. It's been started since 6, 7, 8 months ago, ladies and gentlemen. It's been happening. And if you're watching the Johnny Come Lately TV, they're talking about 2023 recession. Are they smoking crack? You guys go to the gas station. You guys go to the grocery store. You guys check your energy bills. You guys know all this stuff is already out of whack. You know people are getting laid off. Come on. This is already a recession. And, don't even get me started. Oh, my God. Here we go. Gino Shimiente says Powell, Yellen, and Biden, they don't know nothing. They want inflation. They lie. Exactly, Gino Shimiente. Did you see that buffoonery going on with Jay Powell today? Gino Shimiente, man, I wanted to get up on this. I wanted to lunge through the screen and slap this dude. Acting like he's a dummy. He's not even wanting to talk about it. He's trying to put a good spin on it. You know why? Because he needs his buddy's stocks to go up a little bit because they went up a little today. So, that's how he helped along. And he's trying to get a little rally so his buddies can get some of their money out of the door. And it's disgusting. Disgusting what they're talking about. All right. I started buying a few weeks ago when the Feds raised interest rates. I feel like we're closer to the bottom. It's hard to time the market. Thanks for the advice, though. Appreciate it. Jonathan Rodriguez, yeah, it's always hard. Nobody knows where the bottom is. All I'm saying is check out history. Crypto is only 12 years old, 13 years old. There is no real history. But the stock market is mimicking crypto. Crypto is mimicking the stock market. So therefore, if you know what's going to happen after you increase in interest rates, you know what's going to happen next, right? The domino. Real estate's going to start coming down. If real estate's going down, stocks are going down, then what else is going to go down? Crypto is another asset, right? That's going to go down. It's matching. So if you think that this is the bottom, knowing that the Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates in about a month or so, they're also going to raise interest rates in about another 4 months. So therefore, there's going to be a stall in the economy. It's already underway. The mainstream media is saying there's going to be a recession in 2023. Every bank around the world is saying there's going to be a recession in 2023. Why are they saying 2023 instead of 2022? Because they still need your money. They don't want you to just hoard your money and sit on the sidelines and go, okay, let's see how far this goes down. That's why. They know what's happening. That's why the guys at Chase said, let me get these 400, 600 million ounces of silver over here. Let me get some gold in the coffers too. We know what's going down. We're going to need this as collateral. This is going to be bad. All right. We're not going to be able to give people their money back neither. It's going to be bad. So just know a few weeks ago means that you were around 33 cents, 34 cents, 35 cents when it started. And now we're down to 11 cents. So that Visa, that card, okay, if you bought it 33 cents, then you bought it 20 cents. Then if you're buying today at 11, right? Either way, you're still, I'll just say that's 20 cents, right? But it's at 11. Do you think it's going to go up from here or down from here is the question. Again, you already know my answer. It's going down because the whole markets are going down. It has nothing to do with crypto. And crypto doesn't generate anything. Just like Warren Buffett says, it's just electricity in reality. So people have to actually buy. So how can people buy when 100,000 people just got laid off this past week? And some of these jobs are not $10 an hour jobs. These jobs are $200,000 jobs, $150,000 jobs. These are jobs that people would be buying using their disposable income to buy stocks, real estate, crypto. They're not buying stocks, real estate, and crypto right now. They just got laid off. So all I'm saying is you can't create money out of thin air forever. And there's no way, if you have 100 million people that are out of work, out of a 185 million workforce, who's going to be buying stocks when food costs who knows how much in the next month? Gas costs who knows how much in the next month? When anything's going to cost who knows how much? So the economy is slowing down. So if the economy is slowing down and people don't have disposable income, it's not rocket science to figure they're not going to be putting their money in the stock market or crypto. They ain't going to be going out here buying real estate neither. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I bought in around 10 cents. Okay. All right. That would be like now. Unless you get a discount for being a member of SRO, it's only been 10 cents like now. Like a week or 618. I mean, like now. I mean, in fact, it doesn't show 10 cents. Here we go. 10 cents, 617, it's 15, and then 11. So you just started buying like in the last 3 weeks, is what you're saying? So you didn't buy up here at 47, which would have been in April, because that's when they did the I thought you bought up here in like 40, 50 cent range when they did the but anyhow, if you bought it 10 cents, intraday trading, 10 cents, that's perfect. But at this point, make sure you don't burn off all your dollars, because this could actually go to 5 cents is what I'm saying. There's no reason to rush in at all. Again, I don't think there is. They're an altcoin. And you know how that goes. If Bitcoin goes down, then you know things are going to be bad. You know it's going to be bad. All right, you could live crypto and DCA, but it will not turn around for uptrend on November 2022 or even later. It's going to fall until interest stop hiking. Exactly. We are unwinding the bad money of 2020 and 2021. Very well said, Mr. Financial. Look who else is in the house tonight. Byzantine Red. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here once again. Very nice to see you on this holiday weekend. He says, or she says, hey to you. How you doing? Jonathan Rodriguez says, yeah, it will be bad for a while. Not expecting any gains anytime soon. It's going to get worse. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, hey, man, just chill out. Be like Warren Buffett. Park your money and wait for the calamity to happen. No reason. Because even, look, again, I'll say this once again. Even if the coin went from 10 cents to 15 cents to 20 cents, that would be crazy. But if it did happen, are you going to be jumping on the bandwagon then? Because there's going to be an uptick. Maybe it'll uptick, just like you see the stair step down. There's going to be an uptick. It'll go from, well, it might even go down to 8. But now when it goes to 8 or 7 and then goes back up to 15, are you going to think it's going to be over and buy some more as the price increases? That's the real question. Because unfortunately, my silver stackers, they're in this same little quandary, right? Jay Rodriguez, that's right. Byzantine Red, drop it like it's hot. Oh, he just made me have to throw a promo. You have to know how to take profit. Don't be scared. I do it all the time. Exactly. Gino Shimiente has it down. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen. No reason not to take your 20, 25, 30% profits in this environment. Gino Shimiente does this anyhow, but you got to be doing this now. Take the profit, 30%, 25% profits, take them, and then you can reset, because this stair step, you could actually get that 20, 25% profit and then find out this thing dropped even some more after you got your profit, because that's basically what's happening with all stocks. So I like it. This even works even better right now. Curtis Davis, Warren Buffett, famous line, the stock market's a game of patience as the wealth transfer from the poor or impatient. That is exactly right. Warren Buffett said it best there too. All right, at Gino, I've been selling all week of my small cap stocks. Curtis Davis, about time. That's all I'm saying. About time, because I have been too taking profits, man. Because at this point, there's no reason to sit back and let it just go back down to what you purchased at. Kel Slater. Yep, the big shakeout scare all the lower and middle class out. The rich money stretch longer so they can endure for the super sale at the bottom. Exactly, Kel Slater. That's exactly what they're doing. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, because we're here in the SSN Nation, you're not going to allow them to burn off your money. That's the whole little fallacy. That's why Jay Powell's up there today talking about, oh, no, we're still buying up debt. I know you are. The stock market just rallied again today. You didn't have to say it. What do you think happened last week? I know you've given them guys money so they can buy their own stocks. Come on, man. This is not rocket science. We know you have to be infusing them with money. Otherwise, stock market's dead. Because people are getting laid off. Ordinary citizens aren't using their disposable income to throw money in the stock market at an unheard amount of money. This is craziness. We know what you're doing, Jay Powell. Come on now. Quit playing with us out here. And just like Kel's saying, so while you're sitting there thinking that little rally last week was the bottom, and they come on CNBC and all these other channels talking about, oh, this could be the bottom, you're sitting there and probably had a few million people throwing some money in to keep that rally going, right? And then this week shows up and things go back down to normal. And it's like they're using you. And now you gave off some of your money last week thinking it was over. And now you're down from last week. And now some of that duffel bag of cash is gone. You see how they're playing you, right? But you guys here in the SSN Nation won't be getting played because you have Gino Shimiente in the house as well. How you doing, Curtis? Leah Dennis, welcome back, Gino C. It's not over. The horror show, 20K of tech laid off. Exactly. And that's not even over. It hasn't hit other industries yet. And tech has more than 20K to get rid of still. They can't keep paying these guys $200,000, $150,000. Remember, in Silicon Valley, people get paid ungodly amounts of money because the cost of living is $1.5 million, $2 million. Or put it this way, a studio apartment that's 400 square feet is 3 G's. All right. Just to give you an idea, that means you have to make over $100,000 to live there. Jobs are 150, 175, 225. These guys are getting laid off in the most expensive cities on the planet. So when they get laid off, they go down to get gas. Gas is saying $7. Everything you pay at the grocery store, imagine paying another $1 on top of that. That's what they're doing. That's where they live. That's Cali, by the way. All right. So you guys got to understand what's going on out here. So all that money, once the Federal Reserve bona fidely says, we're not giving you guys any more money, then we're in Great Depression status. All right. Gino Chimiente thinks it's going to be worse than the Great Depression. I think it's going to be on the upper side of the Great Depression. But either way, we're going to be in a Great Depression, is my opinion. In fact, I'm going to have to take a poll on Monday. In fact, Monday's July 4th, which means fireworks. Should we even have SSN Nation on Monday? Okay, I'm still going to do it. It won't matter. We're still going to have it even on fireworks night. Okay, Gino Chimiente says, I stand by Dow going to 24 and crypto going to 8. See, Gino Chimiente's done his numbers. He hasn't been, hey, this is scary. You know why this is very scary, ladies and gentlemen? In case you're new here and don't understand, Mr. Gino Chimiente has been doing this business a long time, of the stock market and markets in general. 50 years plus probably. And the thing here is, here's why it's scary. The guy has never been wrong over 2 years, 2.5 years. Whatever he has said, you'd sit there and go, okay, that's reaching. Somehow, some way, it's gotten to the point that he says. It's remarkable. So that's why this is very, very scary, because this man has not been wrong on anything. So here we are. He's saying 4 digits for crypto. And speaking of, because we were looking at CRO, it doesn't matter what crypto you're in. That means altcoins. We're looking at, if this goes to 8, the under 10,000, that's another 50% drop from where we are now. That means all the altcoins are going to drop more than 50%. They're already at their all-time lows. Things that used to be $3,000 are now $20. Now they're going to be trading at $10 or $5. How many people are going to want to stay in at this point with these altcoins? Not earning any money, not making any money. No, it's going to be a dead pool out here. Nobody's going to sign up for that. Are you serious? And so that's why we have to start our own businesses, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to have to save yourself, monetize yourself, because you're going to need extra streams. And it's scary if it goes down to 24,000, because remember, right now, we're talking about the Dow's at around 30, 31. And I agree with him on that, actually, because that gets us to the Great Depression numbers. So I agree with him on that. Totally. Lots of love. It's like the poker game, the stock market, the casino, where the house wins. Exactly. The container company are making hand over fist. Fees are up for container at dock and 3-time late fees. Exactly. Storage, containers of any sort, all of that. Again, you have to be this is a gold rush on the way out the door. You got to be the one sitting there handing them the keys to get out the door. You got to hand them some sell them some assets to get out the door. That's your business right now that you need to start. All right. You need to help people. That business is going to boom. And here we are already. People are going to be making hand over fist in that sector for the next year and a half. Curtis Davis, the supply chain imports are blocked or slow drain. Diesel fuel up 10 to 20%. Exactly. It's going to take 6 months to fix the mess. It's going to take longer than that. Diesel prices are going to go up even higher. Somebody might say, well, what do you mean? What I mean is Europe uses diesel. It's almost going to be winter time, even though it's summertime, which is the best time of the year to be in Europe right now. But after that, we're going to have a little problem. All right. So diesel and oil is going to be used right now. Transportation is going to matter, and transportation is being affected. So prices are going to continue to rise in the oil industry, in the energy sector. It's going to keep going up. So do not hide. You're going to have to handle biz. AB Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling LLC is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I have 20K saved. What companies that will allow me to get a 20K secured card? Okay, I understand what you're saying. The question is, why would you want to do that? And are you saying you want a 20K business card or a 20K personal card? Because either way, I wouldn't be doing 20K on any card at this point. That's why I'm asking. It's a very touchy subject matter when we're talking about that. But anyhow, let's see. In fact, let me go pull something up. If we're talking about personal, then my favorite. Oh, by the way, they got me off of the referral list on this. Discover It. If we're talking about personal, then you're going to do Discover It. All right. Discover It secured card. As long as you make 6 on-time payments, then the 7th month they review your account. I put it down here in the chat room. Let me see if it. Yeah, there's a link. Is the link there? Yeah, there's a link. They review your account, 6 payments in a row on time. Then they release your deposit in the 8th month. If you're talking about personal, if you're talking about business, then you can do Credit Strong and Business Credit Builder, and that'll start reporting to your business credit file. So I put that down below in the chat room. So I don't know exactly which way you're talking, but those are the 2 ways. Thirdly, though, I would not be using 20K to put on a card anyhow, unless you have a reason for it at this point, because you don't need to. And the reason I'm saying that is, unless you're trying to do something specific, then you need to, but you should be holding on to that cash because you should be using that to buy assets. So then that way you have money coming in during bad times. All right. So just keep that in mind. That is the preferred choice. Passive income 2022. That's your preferred choice right now. But anyhow, hopefully that helps you out. I don't know what you're trying to do. Here's what he's trying to do. I want to buy a house. I have a 680 credit score with a 52% DTI. Okay. Well, okay. Credit Strong won't help you. AB Refridge. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's talk about this real estate, man. Hold on. AB Refrigerating, Heating, and Cooling, welcome again to the SSN Nation Academy, SSN University, the No Guru Zone. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Real estate prices are going to be coming down. So why would you want to buy a house? I'm just saying, what market are you in? That's the question. I mean, it doesn't matter what market. I'll put it this way. It kind of matters. If you're in Southern California or if you're in New York, even if prices come down, it's still pricey. But if you're in most other markets, prices are coming down. So there's no reason. You just need to sit back. There's no reason. Yeah, look, you're in the ATL. So prices are all over the map depending on what side of town you're on. They're building freaking $1 million homes that have a 5-foot easement up in Marietta right now. It's insane. Ladies and gentlemen, $1 million home with a 5-foot easement. Your next door neighbor's house is 5 feet away from you. Yes, you heard me correctly. in Marietta. Can you believe this? People are buying them. And you can go anywhere else in the ATL and have change left over and buy some acres and a big ass house for 400,000 or 500,000. But these guys, no backyard, no front yard, 5 foot between each house, 900,000. And when you add the upgrades or whatever you want in there, you're over $1 million in the ATL. This is insane. Okay, AB, listen. Again, sit back, relax. There's no rush. Prices are going to come down. They're going to increase the interest rates in about 2 months. In fact, your 680 credit score means your interest rate right now has got to be what, 6.5, 6.9? Chill out. Okay. Rent for 2 years. Yes, rent for 2 years. Okay, let me show you. I'm glad you came today. Let me show you something. He's saying rent and storage. It all goes by economics. Let's ask yourself this. Let's hold on. Let's go. The average price of a home right now is roughly $450,000. That's the median price, not the average, the median price. So yeah, what you should be doing is, yeah, I know what you're saying. You're going, okay, I'm going to rent, but if I rent, the thing's going to cost me $2,500 a month potentially. It's going to cost you $25,000, $30,000 a year. Okay, but if you buy a house right now, I don't know what your price you're looking at, but if you bought a house for $450,000, and a year from now, actually it won't even be a year, but let's just say a year from now that house is worth $300,000. That's $100,000 difference in price. That's literally what's going to happen. Let me show you what I mean by this. SSN Nation members who's been here, you guys know what we're talking about, right? So let's go. I'll put in 450, and I'm going to put in 6.92. All right. This is like with the 680 credit score, probably. If you can get in, it's going to be around probably even more than this right now. But I'm just going to be conservative. We'll call it 6.92. Actually, it's going to be more than that. If you can get in, it'll be like 7.5 or something. So if you bought a house for 450 right now, this is how much you're going to spend. 3 G's a month. Lock yourself in for 30 years. Sure, you're going to be able to refi when in 2 years or 3 years when they would get back under 7.52 and it's down to 5 or something like that. That's fine. But in the meantime, you're paying a mortgage for a $450,000 house. So now, in a year, because this 8.52 isn't going to be, the 7.52 is going to be something like 8.5. Actually, I'll even increase. It'll be more than that, like 8.9. It's going to be this, except there's going to be one little problem. The house isn't going to be worth 450 anymore. It's going to be worth 350. So now you're going to be paying 2,700, even though the interest rate is higher. So you don't have to wait 2 years. You just have to wait until the price gets down to where you think it's feasible and it makes sense. Because even if the interest rate goes up, you get to pay a lower monthly mortgage. All right. So just keep that in mind. And heaven forbid, if something crazy happens where the house goes down to 300,000, now look, you're almost paying $1,000 less per month, but the house went down $100,000. I would rather wait and see if the house is going to go down 100,000 and pay 2 percentage points higher and pay almost $1,000 less. Is all I'm saying. There's no rush. And yes, you're sitting there saying, well, I'm going to pay, 20,000, 30,000. It's going to be worth it in the long run, because if you do what I'm thinking you might be doing, $450,000, and you're trying to get this 7.9 loan at $3,200 a month, I'm like, What's the difference? And by the way, a house is not an asset. I'm just saying. That's the first thing. That's the second rules. All right. So when you say rent for 2 years, no, I say rent rent year to year, because this is going to escalate real fast in the next 6 months, because they're going to go up another maybe 1.5 to 1.25 points. So Victor Marrero, if you're still here, or Wilson Koo, if you're here, let me know what the rates are right now. These things keep rising. I don't know what the mortgage rates, because I'm not looking for anything, but they keep rising. And I'm assuming you need a 720 just to have a 6. I don't know. Let's see if we get anything. 30-year fixed is 5.7. So if you don't have a 740 or 760, you're not getting a 5.7. So they're into the 6 percentile right now. As soon as the Federal Reserve raise up 0.5 or 0.75, you're clearly going to be into the 7s if you don't have a 740 or 760 credit score. All right. So just keep that in mind. And so nobody's going to be able to afford a $400,000 house when their mortgage is going to be, your interest rate is going to be 7%. I shouldn't say nobody. What I mean is you're going to have to make over 100,000 and something to make it happen. So to recap, here's the $400,000. I even dropped it down, but if you don't have a 740, you're going to be in this ballpark. I'll just say 7.92. You're going to be paying for a $400,000 house. You're going to be paying $2,900 a month plus. Basically, you might as well just call this, add an extra 200 or 300 due to taxes, insurance, and whatever else, HOAs, whatever. You might as well just say 3,400. And that means you have to make over $12,000 a month, which means you got to make $150,000, $160,000 a year to qualify. There's not that many people that make that much to qualify, and there's going to be hundreds of thousands of homes on the market in the ATL for sale. So prices are going to come down. So that 450 house or 400 house goes to 300. I'm taking that. That's 2,100. And I'm telling you right now, I think we're talking 250. So that's much more manageable at almost an 8% interest rate. In fact, that's going to be more manageable at almost a 9% interest rate when the property gets down to 250. The property real estate is going to drop 50. Well, I'm saying 50%. We'll see if my happens. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. $1 million condos. Exactly. Wait, don't buy $1 million condo, man. You got HOAs. Tell me you're thinking of the thing I was talking about with the 5-foot easement, even though those are homes. Where in the hell are they making $1 million condos in the ATL? You can buy a house for $300,000 that has acreage in the ATL, and it's got 5,000 square feet and a basement. Why would anybody do that? They'd have to be from out of town or something. That's crazy. One parking. What the man? Come on. Stop playing with this here. AB, refrigeration, heating, and cooling. Come on now. And they still have to pay for storage. Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that crazy? 270K max. Okay. What do you mean 270K max? You mean that's what you're going to buy something at? But I'm just saying right now, I would wait. I lived this in 2008. Homes were 300K. After bust, it was 200K in some cases. Exactly. In fact, let me pull something up. I'm going to do something in the background because I'm going to have to show you guys. Let me go show you guys something. That blew it. Okay, I see how you guys are. Hold on a second. 7059. No. All right, we'll see what this brings up. And I'm gonna do something in the back. background. I want to show you guys if I can pull this up. I'm going to give you guys one of the lessons. And I'm going to show you something. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this. All right. So what do you mean by 270K max? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Okay, where is this? This is not working. Did Zillow change their info? Yes, it did look like Zillow changed their info. Oh, wait, maybe not. Hold on a second. Price. Come on. Come on, not that price. I want price. I want the 2008 price. No. That they don't go deep enough here. Okay, can't pull it out. I was gonna show you guys something. I hate that. All right, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna give you a Curtis Davis put this in here. I'm gonna tell you guys again. AB, let me know what you mean by 270 max, 270K max. Let me know what you mean. Yeah, I would really recommend holding off because interest rates are rising, and you're right about you need your credit score to increase. The 20K isn't so much going to help you with the secured card because it'll give you your debt to income or your debt utilization, not debt to income, your debt utilization. It'll give you that'll help you in 20,000. You said you're at 52. So the only way that's really going to help you is if you only have $10,000 showing in debt, then you add 20. That would mean you can get down to 25% then, right? From what your number is now. So you're going to need more than that to get under 10%, is all I'm saying. Or you just pay down your debt a little bit and then just chill out for a year or 6 months, because there's going to come a tipping point when all this is going to start dropping down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, SSN Lifestyle, I talked about it earlier. Check out this latest product. And if you want to become a member, you can become a member over there all the way from $0 up to $2,779. The memberships are $149, $399, $599, or the ultimate is the Founders Club, and there's only 15 spots left, $2,779. But there's so much you get with that, along with having a place to stay every year for a week for free. It's a lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. After your membership and you pay monthly, you have that option as a Founders Club member. You get Ring of Fire first dibs. You also have 3 nights, 4 days that you're going to be able to go around and stay someplace. That's included. You also have where you can get a boat or a yacht, and you're going to have up to around $650 worth of credit. So that means 3 or 4 hours once a year on the house because you have a membership. Also, free access to airport lounges. That's right. That's included in your membership as well every year. I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, lots of stuff going on if you're a Founders Club member. Not all memberships have, in fact, none of the other memberships have that. And there's only 15 spots that there ever will be for a Founders Club. So that's the top dog scenario if you want to make something happen. Now, let's see. Okay, a house is an investment vehicle. Okay, so AB, refrigeration, heating, and cooling, it all depends. So let me explain. So most people buy a house, and remember, you're buying a house, and you're paying a monthly fee for the house. When you pay the monthly fee, a lot of people, it just goes out of their brain. They don't think like, when you're sitting there at your house, you own the house, and you're paying water, sewer, and garbage, you're not thinking that is an expense. That's an actual expense. So when you're paying for lawn care, that's expense. When you're paying to fix tiles on your roof or anything on your roof, that's an expense. When your AC goes out or your heater needs repairing, that's an expense. People don't count that as an expense because it's not business for them. If you were renting it out to another person, that would be business to you because you're getting rental income coming in. And then when something happens, you get to write it off of your taxes. When you own a house, you don't get to write off that kind of stuff because it's not business. So the only way that a home becomes somewhat of an investment vehicle is because what just happened over the last 4 or 5 years. A person was able to buy a house for $250,000. All of a sudden they wake up 3, 4 years later and it's worth $450,000, $500,000. They have equity, except one little problem. Every house costs $500,000 in the area you want to live in. So what can you do? Nothing. You can't sell it. And if you do sell it, where are you going to move to when everything costs $500,000 or more? So is it really an asset? No, but you could have taken out a loan, a refi or HELOC loan or something, and then went and bought an asset. An asset pays you while you're sleeping. An asset pays you while you're gone. You don't have to tend to it. If you live in a house, I don't think a house is an asset. A lot of people don't think a house is an asset. Other people do because they look at it a different way. They say, oh yeah, my house went up 200,000-300,000. Okay, great. People in California, people in New York, New Jersey, Florida, they have property values that have increased. Austin, Texas, that outpaced everywhere else. So they have a house that's worth $1 million. They only owe 600,000. So then they sell their house. They have 400,000, and they come to the ATL and buy a house for 300,000 and have $150,000 sitting around. You see, that's what perked up the ATL and helped ATL, Austin, Texas, places in Texas, places in Idaho, places in Seattle increase in value because people were moving from these high-priced states like California, Nevada, started being high-priced, Arizona, New York, New Jersey, like I said, DMC, Washington, D.C. area. So now those people are coming to where? Florida, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi. They're coming all over, Tennessee, and then they're increasing their value. It's just what goes around comes around. But there's no reason. A home is not really an asset. The only way it's an asset is because of what's happened over the last 20, 30 years, 20 years, basically. Homes used to only go up like 2 or 3% a year. That's it. They didn't have these big jumps that all of a sudden your house was worth 150 and then 4 years, 5 years later, it's worth 600. They didn't have those type of jumps back in the day until around after the 1980s when the stealing from the poor began. You know, the trickle down theory began. So they gave money to the rich and they were supposed to trickle it down. And meanwhile, the poor pay all the taxes for the rich, free money. And so that's when everything opened up the floodgates to where we are now, because that's the same cycle every 6, 7, 8 years. It's always the same thing. Steal from the poor to give to the rich, and the rich go buy yachts, planes, and property and assets. So that's why I don't look at a home as real estate, because I take into account I'm business. Every time I'm paying for the yard guy to come out, every time a pipe broke and I had to fix it, I'm sitting there like, wait, I'm spending money on this. I live here and I can't even really write this stuff off. This is crazy. So my house, I'm going to show you something else, AB. Hold on. Let me show you something else. All right. I was going to where I used to live, and I was looking for the price of my house, and I was going to show you guys something, but unfortunately, it didn't come up. So it didn't show the number. It only went back to 2006, so it didn't show the numbers. Anyhow, here's what I wanted to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. This is what most people don't think of. And people here in the SSN Nation, they know what I'm about to show. So when you say, and in fact, AB, let me know what price you were going to buy. I mean, were you going to spend 270K is what you're saying? I like that number a lot better. But what I want to show you is if you go by, I'll go a little under the average price, 400,000, and I'm going to do well, we're already at 6, so I'm just going to go 6.92. This right here is what people don't pay attention to. The 400,000, if you lived in your house, you spent $950,000 if you kept this interest rate. So the fact is, now 30 years later, somebody goes, my house is worth $1.2 million, man. I only bought it for 400,000. I'm like, you know how much you paid for the house, right? And they're like, yeah, 400,000. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't put in your interest, nor did you put in your taxes that you had to pay, nor did you put in the insurance that you had to pay annually, nor did you count that the AC went out, because AC units usually last somewhere between 10 years and 16 or 17 years. That's now it's $8,000 to replace AC units at the pad. So therefore, you didn't count that either. You didn't count the annual maintenance that you need for your chimney either. And you didn't count the annual maintenance you need for your heater system and your AC system either. And I'm like, you didn't add in when your tile broke either, did you? You add all this stuff up, and it ain't no $950,000. It's more like this 950 is more like 1.5. So you tell me, you think it's an asset when you paid what you had to pay? It's not an asset to me, because you actually paid the 1.5, right? I didn't have it on screen, but here's what I'm talking about. I have it highlighted in gray. It's $950,000 if you held that house for 30 years. And if you had nothing going on with this variation in pricing like we have now, this is the wave of the future. Your grandkids and grandchildren aren't going to be able to afford a house. Homes all over America after this next crash, and when it rises again, because they're going to do the same thing, reduce the interest rates, homes are going to be $1 million, $600,000 and up. And you're going to have to be making $200,000. And there's going to be a whole lot less people making $200,000 a year just to buy that house. So all I'm saying is, this is why I don't look at it as an asset, because if you held it for 30 years and you paid $950,000 plus all this other expenses I'm talking about, even if the house is worth $1.5 million, you didn't make anything. Now, reverse it. I paid $400,000. I have somebody giving me, this is $2,600. It's a house, right? A nice house. Somebody's going to give me $3,500 a month. All right, $3,800, $39. I don't know the numbers these days. But the point I'm trying to make is, now I have money coming in the door to service the debt, and I have a little cash flow coming in my pocket. Now that little cash flow coming in my pocket is going to allow me to live somewhere else, and that cash flow coming in my pocket is going to pay for the other places I live. So that's basically how you want to set yourself up. So what you really want to do is buy an investment property first, then you have cash flow coming, and then you use that cash flow, then you go buy a house. All right? That's how we do it, AB refrigeration. All right? This is the no guru zone. It's real out here in the field. We don't want you entangled into a house because you got one bullet, let's say. So now you go down and get one house. The odds of you being able to put down 20% to buy a second home, 25% to buy a second home, and even pay a higher interest rate is slim. Most people can't do that unless you have extra. You have to be making a lot of money. So why not get your first property an income producing property? Because then you have revenues. You can always go to the bank and go, okay, see, I make $100,000 a year, but I have this property over here. That property over here that you're renting out, you can say that's collateral. You could also change the numbers. So if I'm getting $3,500 a month and I say this is my second home, I can turn that into business now. They're going, you have a renter? Yes, I have a renter. How much do you pay over here? I pay $2,000. I have $1,500 a month left over. And they're like, oh, and then you work over here and make 100,000 or extra streams of revenue. And then, okay, it looks like you can easily get this other house over here because the mortgage is only going to be $1,500. But now you've set yourself up for you can now have assets pay for where you live. I'm just saying. Here we go. Victor Morrell chimed in. He says, even the refi rates are now around, oh my God. Oh, 5.68. Wow. Incredible. Since just 12 months ago, those were 2.75. Oh my God. Or even smaller in some cases. And that's fixed. Yeah. Never mind about the adjustables. Whew, that's crazy. That is crazy. My max, I am pre-qualified for. Okay. Well, I'm okay, 270 at 6, but it's 270 at your 680 credit score, right? You're not saying if you have a 725 credit score, right? Let us know because it does matter. It might matter. Golly, I can't believe 5.68. Next up is 6% for refi. And that means regular interest rates are going to be 7. Damn. I also heard Redfin bought Zillow. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. Although it wouldn't surprise me. Let's go look. I never heard this. I'd be shocked. Cool Zillow or Redfin CEO explains how it's iBuyer, home buyer. No. No. No, they're still competitors. Otherwise, there'd be a big headline. They didn't buy Zillow. Zillow, I did a video about why you shouldn't buy a home. And in that video, I actually showed where Zillow actually owns Trulia, which you see on the screen. They also own, I can't remember, two rental companies that I didn't know they owned. And they also own another sale. So basically, they can fix the market. So Zillow prices, the reason why they were off sometimes is because they were also in the home mortgage business. They were also in the actual home buying business. So they had every reason to increase the prices of homes because all the homes they previously bought, if they increase the price and then they could finance somebody at that increased price, that raises all their other homes in that neighborhood's price. And when you're talking about $100,000, $200,000 and somebody has 20 or 30 homes, that's millions of dollars. And that's what Zillow was doing until interest rates go up. And now you bought homes, you overpaid for homes. And now you can't sell them because home prices are going down. And so then they started having to unload all their homes. So just keep that in mind. These guys are not cool. Not cool. They did the damn thing, though. But it does look like they bought it. I am 26 in the ATL. I own 2 houses in Macon with 2 other partners. I'm an HVAC tech. I have do side jobs. I have EIN and DMV. There you go. So you're not buying this with partners. You're trying to find a house here in the ATL, but are you going to live in it? Or are you renting it out? Or what are you trying to do? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. What are you trying to do? Okay. And business checking, but I haven't done a tax return. I'm using my business checking. What is my next step? Okay, that's weird. Okay, so, but you have AB refrigeration, heating, and cooling. Is that what you mean? Is that not the company? But this means you need to start business. You have to have revenues coming in from business. Otherwise, all this that you're saying is not relevant. And you haven't filed tax returns. So therefore, it's not relevant. So your business doesn't even have revenue coming in. So you're not going to be able to like borrow against or do anything with that at this moment. And it's not going to come into play with your personal credit. It's only going to come into play when the bank says, where do you make your money? And you're going to have to produce your other tax returns, I guess, from your other, whatever you're doing with the other houses in Macon and 2 other partners, whatever you're doing there. Facts about owning a home in 2022. It's a risky investment as homeowner, but as Airbnb cash flow dream, exactly. Mr. De La Cruz is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And everybody else is here. Mr. De La Cruz is here. And glad to see you on this holiday weekend. And it's 2 hours in. Please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, because we're trying to steal from the rich. It's beginning. Buy assets under value. You're going to be able to buy those assets under value, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're going to be stealing it from the rich, because you know why? They started shooting out their bullets long ago. They're sitting there going, oh my God, prices are going down. We bought this real estate. We bought these properties. We used leverage to go buy some more because the values kept going up 10, 20% year over year. And now they're coming down. And now you guys want us to pay you? We haven't been able to sell this stuff right now. We can't pay you back. There's going to be a ton of stuff on the market and you're going to have to pick it up. So you're going to be able to steal it from the rich because they're not going to be able to buy up everything. They're going to be able to buy up a lot, though. I got to give you that. But now's the time for you to start looking around. Where are you going to buy something? Where are you going to live? Just remember this. He says 270K max. In fact, we're going to keep playing AB refrigeration. We're going to keep going because this could be an educational situation. Mr. De La Cruz, you've been hearing about what's happening in the Dominican Republic in the contracts. Check your contract because my contracts say they can increase price 10%. Panorama has already done it, 7%. But it's either 7%. Get this. You got to re-sign the contract for this higher price. So either re-sign at 7% over the price, or they'll give you back all your money and you can walk away, 100% of your money and walk away. Choices. All right. Live in the house. My wife is tired of living at my dad's place. My recent landlord put us out to sell the house. Hey, AB refrigeration, same thing. I was renting. And next thing I know, these guys are like, hey, here's a 60-day notice because we don't want to live where we're living. So we're going to move back in. I was like, okay, no problem. I get you. I understand what you're talking about, AB refrigeration. That's why you need assets or assets help. But nonetheless, I was going to show you. Oh, we were going to go. Where are you going to buy a house for 270K in the ATL? That's where I wanted to go with this. Where are you going to find that at? In fact, here we go. Let me go Zillow. What side of town, man? What side of town? And Open Door is trying the Zillow program, buying up homes, paying way too much. What side of town? I don't know. I don't know Atlanta, man, that good. We're going to go Atlanta, Georgia. And we're going to go, look at this, $2,000 for a studio for rent, $2,700 for a 1,300 square foot apartment. This is absurd. This is absurd. All right, let's go see. We're going to go look it up, man. Okay, you're married. So I'm going to assume you're going to need 3 bedrooms. Hey, man, got kids maybe. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths minimum. That shouldn't be too hard. And then we'll go with houses, no condos, because you got HOAs if you have condos. Might have HOAs if you have houses. Okay, so we got up to 2. All right, we need where's the price at? It changed up on me. Parking spot. What is this? Okay. What is this? Where's the? Huh. Jeez, I haven't been to Zillow in a while. They used to put in a price. Can't put in prices anymore. Oh, here we go. Changed up a little, or maybe I don't remember. Let's go. Oh, 270. Oh, well, 200, 300. Okay, plenty of homes. Well, not that many. Well, here you go, man. Southwest Atlanta, 280 for a 1,700 square foot. Well, that looks like a 5-foot easement location. 260, 1,100 square foot house. This is travesty. 1,900 square foot house, 255. 1,600 square foot house. 1,700. We have something wherever this is. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, new construction. Okay. Townhouses here, new construction, 300,000. Oh, that's over the budget. Here's a perfect point. Look, ladies and gentlemen, 300,000. You're not getting that much square footage, that's for sure. It looks like you're going to get, well, here goes something, but this is not a good area. Yeah, if you want something in a better neighborhood, you're not, it looks like 1,700 square feet and under at that price in the ATL right now. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, let's go look at what's this? Clarkson, Panthersville. No, we'll go. No, you don't want the key. Let's go. What's this? Embry Tucker. How about that? Tucker, GA. What about that? Not too many homes available under 280. Here goes another one. That price, there's not much there. This is incredible. But again, the median home price in America is 450,000. It was 428,000. So there's only one home, 1,400 square feet, 1,300 square feet, 1,500 square feet, under 1,700 square feet, my man. It looks like in the ATL area. And in the old days, 280,000 got you like a 5-bedroom with a basement and 3,000 square feet. That's bad. That's very, very bad, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very bad. Very bad. Sounds like your tax filing is getting too complex. If I were you, I would hire a CPA. Don't try to do it yourself. I've been using the same CPA for years. Exactly. Victor, thanks. Very good advice, Victor. Thank you so much for that. Mr. De La Cruz, I've been so busy lately, I have no idea what is going on with any of the properties in the DR. What is going on again in Punta Cana? Well, if you own at Panorama Lakes or any other Panorama properties, I haven't gotten any word yet. Haven't heard back from their legal department, but at Panorama, somebody got their offer at Panorama Lakes, 7% increase in price, and they gave you a choice: 7%, pay the 7%, sign a new contract that resets the value, or if you don't want to do that, they'll give you back all your money that you put down and your monthly payment, whatever that total is, they'll give it back. I've been busy. It just came out twice. All right. So yeah, if you're at 270 max, you don't have many offerings for anything that's going to be in a newer area, it appears. Prices have went up, but AB refrigeration and heating, check this out. So imagine, if you will, that the price of the homes that are now 350,000, let's say, imagine they're going to fall into 175, 225 range. Imagine that. They'll fall into your range over the next 2 months or 3 months, because they're going to increase the interest rate again. So if we're at refis at 5.86, that means if you have a 720, that means you're going to have a pay in the 6th percentile range. you're going to need if you're under a 740, you're going to have to pay damn near 7 in the 7 percentile range. When you start doing 7.5, 7.8, 7.7% on $350,000, you start getting into an area that most people will not be qualifying for. So I'm just saying. So we'll see. What do you think would be the best thing to do out of the choices? Yeah, I'm thinking about it myself. I gotta tell you guys, it's real out here in the field. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking in my head. The only reason if it was in America, I would have an easy choice. But since it's in an area that in this Punta Cana or Dominican Republic where they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars, but again, I don't know if that hundreds of millions of dollars is going to come to fruition, because when the economy goes bad worldwide, even those projects will get stalled out. But in my head says, take back the money, don't pay the extra 7, chill out. Another year from now, we're going to be in a full-blown recession still. The stuff is supposedly going to be built, but the value is going to drop just like in 2008 and 9 when they were building stuff before. That's what's in my head. In my heart, it says, nah, man, pay the extra 7. That's what's in my heart says, pay the extra 7. But my head says, no, man, don't pay the extra 7. You're going to be able to get it at a lower price. But that's not a guarantee either because of what they're doing there. But who knows? So I'm just letting you know it's real. I haven't even had to make that decision yet, but I'm in my head. It says just take everything back, take your money back, and then let's see where this falls out a year from now. You know, that's what my mind says. So it's very hard, man. There's no right or wrong choice. 7%. It's not that much, but it actually changes. You put down 30%, but now you would have had a 70% loan to value, right? So when they add the 7%, you're not going to be under 70% LTV unless the property clearly is going to go up in value, right? So you might be at 50% LTV, but if you add that 77%, you might be back to 60% LTV. In a bad economy, 60% LTV may not put you in that get out of jail free card to get financing. So Carleone King, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Very nice to see you once again. S&P 500 posted the worst half since 1970. NASDAQ is at the worst for the first time ever. And Dow, the worst since 1962. Lord, yes. Lord, have mercy. Let the stealing begin from the rich, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. Be patient. It's going to get worse. How about this? Soon as they start saying this is as bad as 1938, now we're talking. All right? If they get down to saying this is as bad as 1933, now we're talking. But in the meantime, Carleone King, I believe it's going to get worse than what it is now. How about that? This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. AB Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling says, I'm young. I heard in 08 they gave everybody a house, which caused a lot of foreclosure. What is the difference between this next recession compared to 08? Okay. Lots of differences. First of all, that wasn't the whole story. So, I'm going to try and shorten this out. So, in the early 2000s, they did tax cuts and tax breaks again. But on top of the tax cut and tax breaks, they also decided to go to war in Iraq, which spent trillions of other dollars printed out of thin air. So then these guys on Wall Street came up with a brilliant plan. They reduced the interest rates, and then they gave loans to people basically if they had a signature. So almost everybody qualifies. Why did almost everybody qualify? Because of the same thing that happened over the last 2 to 3 years right now happened in 2005 and 2006. Homes that previously were $150,000 all of a sudden were worth $450,000. People were still buying them, just like what happened over the last 2 years now. Prices went up 40%, 50%, and people were still buying the homes. All right. Now, a recession occurred. The recession, people get laid off. People can't pay. They paid for the higher price homes, just like now. It's the exact same thing. No difference, except back then you almost could sign on the signature. They never did that now, but what they have done over the last 13 years was they had low interest rates. So a lot of people were able to buy properties at ridiculously low prices. But now, if you get laid off, which now there's going to be millions of people are laid off, they don't have income coming in. Housing foreclosures are up 180% year over year, by the way. Shh, go look it up. They're not going to tell you that. Also, interest rates go up, which means now people can't buy homes anymore. Home prices start going down. All these people in the last year that bought a home overpriced, they are going to be underwater in about 7 months or less. So are they going to actually want to pay their mortgage when they bought a house for $500,000 and it's only worth $400,000 or worse, $350,000? They're going to walk away, which is just what happened before. So that's going to exasperate homes going on the market for sale. The same situation, they never cleaned up anything. And the worst part, in 2005, 6, and 7, because everybody on Wall Street leverages their loan packages. So when these houses and the mortgage lenders, they would have hundreds of homes. These hundreds of homes would sell for $500,000. That's, they get up to 1,000 homes, $50 million. They would tell the people around the world, hey, we have this AAA rated paper, even though half the people aren't paying, but we have AAA rated paper. And they would go to Europe, they would go to Asia, and they would say, hey, this is worth $500 million. How much would you give us for this? And they would say, okay, we'll take the $150 million. Wall Street's out of it. Meanwhile, people defaulted, and that's why Asia, Europe, and around the world, the markets imploded because people were basically holding worthless assets that they gave hundreds of millions of dollars for. Over the last 10 years, you best believe the banks, the mortgage lenders, the hedge funds, and all these guys, they have the same thing in play now. That's why home prices go up in value, because they were actually facilitating it. They're out here buying homes, increasing the value. So when you understand you're being played now, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is Zillow, they go to Orlando, for instance. They went all over the planet. They go to Orlando. I'm just using an example in Orlando. People are in Orlando. The homes are selling for $400,000. People in Orlando are going, wait a minute, why is homes rising? Zillow comes in and buys a few homes in a neighborhood for $400,000. Let's say 5, let's say 10. What they do is they go buy another 10, 15 in the same neighborhood, except they overpay. So they go, we're buying it 500,000. All the previous 10 homes they bought for 400 are now worth 500 because every price now is 500,000, not 400. They just increased. They just got $1 million windfall. Increase the overall value of the house. People are going, how's it go up 20%? That's how they went up 20%. So now there's a run on homes because now even you as an ordinary citizen is going, hey, wait a minute. I bought this house for $300,000 in 2018. It's going for 500 G's. I think I should put my house up for sale at 500 G's if they're going to give me 550 or 600. People are overpaying for the house. We're getting multiple bids. Double my money. $300,000 profit? Hell yeah. Put my house up for sale at that price. And that just exasperated the situation. So everything is overpriced. A different way it was inflated this time. It's going to come crashing down just like before. No difference. All right. So let me know if anybody else thinks any differently, because that's how it goes down, AB. Victor Marrero, are you getting any upgrades with the 7% or same everything? Same everything. No upgrades. It's basically because they're saying we know the materials went up 30% last year, and that's what they're saying. Materials and the cost went up and da. So, but they in their contract they can go up to 10%, but they are doing 7 right now at Panorama Lake. I haven't seen my contract. I asked for it today again. They're not forthcoming. I don't know what's going on really. I'm asking, not my contract, but I'm asking them about if there's an increase, and they're not seeming to want to say anything. Corleone King, we should even start seeing the big tech go down as new Web 3.0, if you will. Tech companies emerge. Exactly, Corleone King. In fact, Tex has laid off over 20,000 people just this past week. They're going down too. There's nobody that's going to be immune. The reason why everybody has to go down is because companies are going to have less revenue coming in. We're in a recession. GDP overall in America is going to be come down. It's going to shrink. So therefore, companies have to lay people off. There's not enough profits. So when there's not enough profit, you can't pay employees. You have to lay them off. 20,000 this past week. There's going to be 20,000 next week. Earnings are going to come out next week too, and people are going to be like, oh my God, this is about to be bad. And these people who are getting laid off in the tech industry make a lot of money. So I agree with you on that, Corleone King. Definitely going to get so bad. I'm just learning how to read charts and been doing comparisons and studying patterns from 1930s, 2008, and now. Corleone King, study the charts, but I would advise also study the history, how it actually came to be. What actually levers, meaning did they do tax cuts, tax rates? Did they do tariff wars around the world? Did they do stimulus money? Did they, how were they doing QE? You follow what I'm saying? What you're going to find out is the answer 9 times out of 10, some of what I just mentioned, and there's still more. You'll be like, wait, there's a pattern here. There's a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. That's why Gino Scimiente and myself is talking Great Depression. Again, Gino Scimiente says Great Depression worse than 1930s. And I'm saying Great Depression, but on the high side, like it's 1937 or something. He's talking about it's going to be worse than 1929, 1930, 1932. That's crazy. If it goes that far, America's not going to be America. I'll just say that. Not in today's, the way people think today. It's going to be very bad. VL Venture Works 1, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thing is, back in 2008, they topped the whole credit market. That was what really happened. So if you get topsy-turvy, all your credit went to zero. Therefore, you can buy a house. That's it exactly. And here's the thing. So the playbook back then is different than the playbook now, though. Instead of taking their little derivative and going to sell it around the world, they're actually selling it to you as an ETF, as one of these crowdfunding things, because now they have your money also. And now you can't take your money out and use it. Remember, think about it. All these fund rises and all these ETFs that says we're going to do real estate investing, they have your money. Remember, they don't sell from 3 to 10 years. Your money's you. It's not like you can go, hey, man, I'll take that profit over the last 2 or 3 years now. You can't do jack crap, right? They have your money now. It's just a different game that they played. And again, they locked all these millions of people into overpriced homes. And when these home prices start going down 20, 30%, we're going to find out how good people are, because I'm telling you right now, if you bought a house for $600,000 and a guy walk and you find out your house is worth 400, you're not going to want to be paying no damn $3,000 a month. I'm just saying. So I understand. And by the way, the credit market is still the same. It's already screwed up. All they did was just do derivatives, and they still do collateralized loans against that asset class. They still have done the same thing. And so are we going to bail out the banks and everybody again? Because they have the same things on their books. The Fed has just bought up their debt, put it over here in bucket A, issued them some more debt or credit, so to speak. They can't pay it back. So what are they going to do with that? Put it in bucket B? It's still coming down, no matter how you slice it. I don't see how we get out of this one, ladies and gentlemen. I think the bigger the project, the less chances the builder will go under. So I don't see Vistacana hitting the floor. What you will see is resources being shuffled around and potential delays. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I see that as well. It all depends. The weird part is, like Panorama, for instance, they have I think they have 5 projects there. And so they have already sold, well, basically all their projects are sold out. So they have the derivative money needed to handle. But other developers, the ones that only have like 1 development or 2 developments, they're not able to leverage that into something. So I think that, like you're saying, the smaller guys would have a problem. And that's playing out right now with Christopher. When Christopher's trying to tell people, we want 40% more or you don't get the keys. And these people have paid off their property. That's what happened at Christopher, and that's what happened at Epic as well. So I mean, it's very bad. Somebody bought something for $50,000 and you got a 2-bedroom with a terrace for 50 G's because you were early. And now they're telling you, no, it's 80 G's. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you got to pay HOAs at Christopher. It's a travesty what's going on. You got to pay HOAs at Christopher. And all they have is a playground set there. The pool's not there. Fitness center's not there. Nothing else is there. And they're making people who have actually completed their buy pay HOA fees. It's ridiculous. AB, so many components are hiring. Will companies really lay off in the future? Yes. They have no choice. There's no choice about it. Let me see something. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna do this right here. Layoffs in the second straight month of layoffs in tech. June brought another wave of layoffs in tech, which cuts impacting at least 16,000 workers. This is 6 hours ago from TechCrunch. It's actually 20,000. Now we're talking about Wall Street. Did I pull this up? Hold on. Let me see if I'll get this on the screen for you guys. Tech layoffs, they're talking about. Wall Street layoffs likely. Of course they are, because banks and lenders are going to have to start laying people off because they're not going to have the influx of enough loans. There's going to be more cuts coming. That's only 20,000 for the month of June, but start imagining if it's 20,000 every month. And these are jobs that pay $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. They're not like little cheap jobs. So here goes Coinbase. Peloton laid off 3,000. Better.com laid off 4,000. So that's 7,000 right there. And I don't know the rest, but I did a video and it actually came up to 20,000 already. And they're not part of the tech industry. So there's millions of jobs of being laid off right now. There's not enough profit coming around. And they can't go around and borrow and collateralize and have the Fed buy up their debt. Only certain companies are doing that now. The inflation is based on the Fed buying up debt, printing money. There's no way you can keep this going. They've already done it. And Jay Powell's sitting out there today, disingenuous on Wall Street. I mean, at the Capitol, It was just a travesty. Eric dropping the facts in history 2007 through 2010. Yeah. Also, keep in mind, people, that the majority of folks that buy in Punta Cana are financially stable. In fact, I will say over half buy in cash. I wouldn't compare Punta Cana to a place in the USA. Yeah, neither will I, but that's just it. Who knows what's really going to happen? That's the weirdest part. We don't know, and that's the interesting part. Corleone King, they would have to, at AB, Facebook is already sounding that alarm. Yep, Flippy and its cousins going to take over and lay them off. But SSN told us how to maneuver through that. Exactly, Corleone King. Thank you so much for saying that. Curtis Davis, the Wall Street banker, doing the same in each state, Wisconsin, Texas, Florida, anywhere prime real estate, and pushing up prices in 2022. That's right. You have PPP money. Did you guys forget about the stimulus packs that all these guys got? Did you not remember the EIDL packs? Do you not remember when I was saying this year when the PPP came out and I said, I'm not going to tell you guys about that? I said, don't do it. Even though if you're going to do it, they're going to forgive it. But I said it's a setup because most people don't have a big time business that's going to warrant where you are going to be able to say, okay, send me $5 million. Send me $20 million. Because most people have 2, 3, 4, 5 employees. So people are going to fudge the numbers. They're going to tell them, oh, I have 20 or 30 employees and send me my 3 million PPP. And then after they check it out, you go into jail. It was all a setup. You guys, well, to me, it's a setup because we already knew that they're going to give the bulk of the money to the rich. The only reason they're going to give it to any minority class is they're going to sit there and figure out, okay, these guys are mom and pop generally. So we know they're going to come in here talking about 2 million, 5 million, 20 million, whatever. And then we're going to go arrest them. And that's exactly what's going to be playing out and has been playing out over the last year and a half. And it's going to keep playing out. And so the rich, they got what they wanted. So in fact, look. Let me see if it comes up on Google for us. All right. All right. Let me see if they actually do the numbers. Majority of PPP loans went to business owners. Here you go. The majority went to business owners in high earning households. See what I'm saying? So some of you guys were always like, man, why is he not doing the PPP loan thing? I did the EIDL because it was forgiven. The PPP, I told you it was going to be forgiven because they're going to give all the money to the big boys. And here you go. Majority went to high earning households. I tried to tell you guys. So they siphoned off money again to give to the rich. So the tax break money wasn't good enough. The PPP loan money wasn't good enough. That's billions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. And they turned around 510 billion. Out of the 510 billion, rest assured, around 400 billion went to the top 10% of business owners, which means they're the top 10% of the wealthiest. And then they turn around and went out and bought yachts, boats, third, fourth homes, and bought new homes and created a price increase along with their hedge fund buddies. So again, you guys have to understand you're being played this whole time. There is no such thing as capitalism. These guys got free money, then they use it against you to raise prices of everything. While they're out here, all-time record high last year in yacht sales, all-time record high in jet sales. How can that be? There's only one way. When you give $400 billion out of $510 billion to the richest Americans, come on now. You guys know here in the SSN Nation, we talked about this already, but I have to show we have some new people, and I have to show you. You have to deal with facts. You can't keep burying your head in the sand. You're being played. We live in a capitalist system. We right here in the capitalist environment. These guys, if you were able to get $500 million, $100 million, $20 million, trust me, you wouldn't have no problems. And it's going to be forgiven. You wouldn't have any problems. All right. Hector Martinez is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to Vistacana next week to check on construction status and verify the increase in price. Panorama Luxury 2. Hey, Hector Martinez, what's the deal with Panorama Luxury 2? Where is it at? I keep hearing about it, but nobody actually has any info on the location. Is it also on the water next to Panorama Luxury 1? And how much are the properties? And are they asking for 65% down to get in? Because that's what they were doing at Panorama Luxury 1. They went off the charts. At first, it was 10% down, and then they had the payment plan. All of a sudden, on the day of sale, it went to 65%. So let me know, Hector. Yeah, there's no verification of anything. Only right now at Panorama Lakes. Panorama Lakes is the only one where a person came in here last week and said that she received something 7% increase, have to re-sign the contract, and if you don't, they were willing to give her back all her money that she paid in 100%. I don't know about, I'm assuming the other Panorama projects are that too. I've tried to get in touch with the legal department about it, and so far they keep saying, well, we'll send you something, we'll talk to you. I'm like, call me. What? Who knows, man? So I haven't been able to find out if it's also going to be Panorama, the Panorama Gardens or not, and any other Panorama project. Something doesn't sound right to me, especially when Panorama Lake is part of a bigger project. Isn't Panorama Lake inside Vistacana? Yes, it is. Or is it a standalone property? Victor Marrero, it's a standalone property. What I mean is Panorama Lake is one section, just like what's happening at Conorock. Same thing, except Conorock, Galaxy, Conorock, Star. It's the same thing, except it's Panorama Lake, Panorama Garden, Panorama Luxury, all the same. Same developer, I'm assuming. But we'll see. So far, only one person from Panorama has mentioned that. So I'm assuming if they did it for Panorama Lake, Panorama Garden also should be in the mix. But so far, but Panorama Lake, actually, all the buildings are built. They're just doing the rest of the outside and the interiors now. So they're closer to completion, quite frankly. Panorama Lake's probably going to be done later this year. In fact, they're close enough where they should have a model at Panorama Lake. With that new contract with 7% could also be further increase in the future, or the 77% would be the final cost. Well, I haven't seen the contract, but according to the person, it's just simply 7% more. And that means your payments are more. So you're restructuring that new contract. So I'm assuming, let's say it's 100,000. Now you got to sign a new contract for 107 is what you're going to pay. And if there's still monthly payments left, then that'll probably increase your monthly payment by 7%. So I'm only assuming on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it would be. And of course, depending on how much further they have to build, then you could see another increase in that contract as well. Because they're not going to want to risk, if it's not going to be finished until 2024, they're not going to want to risk another 6-12 months, potentially inflation rising more. The cost of materials goes up another 10-20%. So I'd be willing to bet you that other contract's going to have another up to 10% increase in it. I'd be willing to bet you my last dollar. The reason why I'm saying that, Mr. De La Cruz, you're very smart. The reason why I'm saying that is because we know materials went up in value of 30%. The cost of materials went up 30% last year. So I'm thinking what you're thinking, there will be another, by the time this is complete, they're going to say, hey, due to this, we got to go up another 10% because they got to get close to 30 somehow, or 40. So I would think the same thing, especially if you have a year left. Corleone King, yes, the history. Okay, I'll get to it after the show. That's a good looking out. Thank you so much, Corleone King. All panoramas are inside Vistacana. Yes, they are. All of them. The part I don't understand is how come they haven't started the Panorama Luxury 1? I thought they sold out a while ago. Yeah, they sold out last year. It's basically because of COVID and because of the material costs went up. So they're just taking their sweet time. And it probably wasn't supposed to be finished for 2 years anyhow. And it got pushed back and delayed. So, but Hector, let me know what the prices are, or if where I can find information, because nobody's even putting it up. It's like a hidden thing or something. Hector, I think the reason is the lack of resources. COVID created a supply bottleneck, and what builders have done is shift and concentrate the available resources strategically. I agree. And the first building that they're going to do is Panorama Lake. That's the first completion, and it looks like the next one is Panorama Garden. And I can't remember the other project right next to it either. But that's probably the case right there. Curtis Davis, every major job affects 4 other workers. It's dominoes. The last domino, real estate falls and people can't pay the note. Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours, 50 minutes in. Please smash the like button. I didn't even play the video. In fact, we haven't even played any Friday night party stuff yet. Hold on. Let me do one of these. All right, no Pearl tonight. So we'll do this one. Oh, no, we'll do this one. Yeah, let's do this one.
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, make sure if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell, and please share the videos because you never know who we can help out here. And I'm interested, Hector Martinez, please tell me, what are the prices at Panorama Luxury 2? In fact, let me go look at something. Does it even come up anywhere? Because I saw somebody post something like 70 grand or something. And I was like, how's this possible? It's like on the quiet, on the down low. Okay, phase 2. Maybe that's why I can't find it. Oh, 205,000? 2-bedroom Lakeview condo. Oh my. Okay. All right. I see how this is. This could be interesting. All right. We're going to have to find out a little bit more about this. But Hector Martinez, please, please, please let me know. And if it's on the water, if it's just like Panorama Luxury 1, let us know. Because I'm thinking that they're not going to have an influx of people too anxious to buy at this point, because all around the world, there's inflation. All around the world, real estate prices are seemingly at a halt because they have to raise the interest rate all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like you're not going to pull a China. All right. China doing this crazy experiment, inflation running rampant, and they reduce their interest rates. The central bank. That's insane. That's insane. That's suicide. And they don't care. Okay. What's this? McDonald's will become a luxury meal for some of us in the near future. Exactly, Carleon King. And their meals are $9-10 now. It's crazy. 3,000 to separate, 15%, 30 days after. What? 60%. Okay, 15%, 30 days after, 60% during construction. Panorama Luxury 2 is the second half of Panorama Luxury Run, faces the lake just the same way. Oh, oh, holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. $150K for a 1-bedroom in Panorama Luxury 1. A 2-bedroom was $160K. But now they're back to the normal pricing. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. It looks like if the 2-bedroom facing the lake is over 200, I saw 205 when I did the search. That is good for everybody that owns in Vista Cana. That means potentially you who have a 2-bedroom who bought them, whether you bought a townhome, whether you bought a condo, they were all under 150. All of those people that bought what is that? I remember at the Wave was 99,000 for which was sweet. It was 2 bedrooms and it had a 3rd level with the jacuzzi in it. So it could have slept 8 people, but it was 3 levels high. That was a 2-bedroom. Everybody, your properties could be 200 G's. Of course, at the water, it's going to be a little more. There's a value, but if it's going to be 205, I saw 205 on search, but I didn't know if that's for real. But if it's 205 and then it's 220 and 230 for a 2-bedroom, that clearly means everybody who bought a 2-bedroom under 150, you're doing good. Everybody who bought a 2-bedroom close to 120, close to 100, we're doing good. The question, though, is they're not going to finish building this until next year. Next year is when it's going to be the height of interest rates if you're going to have to finance. And that's going to be a problem because not only are they going to increase potentially 7% on your price, your loan to value, even though it might be 50%, but the interest rate could be 9 or 10, which would be interesting. But still, if you only owe like 75 or 100, that's not going to be bad, right? Although that would be bad. $800-900 a month, it's kind of bad. Whereas before it would have only been $300 or $400 a month. Crazy. But thank you so much for that. I'm very, very happy to hear this on one hand. And on the other hand, it's getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. So the winners, we could still win. I'm skeptical about what's about to happen, but it would be awesome because, again, remember all these projects that were going to happen in downtown Punta Cana, these guys are leveraging that money. It's not all like they're going to spend $100 million of their own money or 20 million of their own money. They had to get loans and they usually leverage something to do it. And they're committed to building. So will that happen? We don't know. Imagine if all of a sudden they can't build what they said they were going to build in the 2 to 3 year plan. And it gets pushed back or developers say, I'm out. That could leave unfinished developments. And we know what from 2008, what happened? Unfinished developments mean your home prices are going to come down in that area. Right? So let's just keep things in perspective, stay calm. But at least at this point, if they're selling those properties for $200,000, then we're going to be in good shape. Because what's the worst thing that can happen? The prices go from 200 down to 150. We're still winning. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to play something else. Remember, SSN Lifestyle, the link is down below in the description. Here's the new product. I'm going to go do a video for that. And then if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, because we got into a little real estate, multi-family and all that today. So that's awesome. Here we go. Exciting SSN Lifestyle Health Products. Magnesium, iodine, D3. Why? Because health is wealth. Benefits of magnesium. 1. Involved in hundreds of biochemical reactions in your body. 2. May boost exercise performance. 3. May combat depression. 4. May support healthy blood sugar levels. 5. May promote heart health. 6. Boast anti-inflammatory benefits. 7. May help prevent migraine attacks. 8. May improve PMS symptoms. 9. may promote bone health, and 10 may support better sleep. The benefits of D3: 1, it strengthens bones. 2, it strengthens the immune system. 3, it might prevent certain types of cancer. 4, it may improve brain function. 5, it may boost your mood. 6, it can aid in weight loss. 7, it can lower the risk of rheumatoid arthritis. 8, it can lower the risk of type 2 diabetes. 9, it can help lower blood pressure. And 10, it might reduce the risk of heart disease. 4 awesome ingredients in one bottle. Health benefits of iodine. 1, promoting thyroid health. Iodine plays a role in thyroid health. 2, reducing risk for some goiters. 3, may help manage overactive thyroid gland. 4, may help with thyroid cancer. 5, neurodevelopment during pregnancy. 6, improving cognitive function. 7, improving birth weight. 8, may help treat fibristic breast disease. Clean ingredients. 3 great products. Order now. SSN Lifestyle Body Balance, 3-ounce bottles, all $34.99. Bone and Joint Balance, $27.99. Magnesium and D3 Complex, $21.99. Ingredients matter. Made in the USA. No parabens. Petroleum free. Non-GMO. Plus proprietary blend and ingredients are sourced in the United States of America. And once again, product made in the USA. Order today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. I was doing a little bit of research in the background, right? So it's coming out. If you order the product, in fact, if you order the product, check out the ingredients. Make sure you double check in case you take any medications or you have any illnesses or anything. Check with your doctor. Make sure you're allowed to take them. All natural. You already know the benefits. You could see them. And if you want to go check out the product, this is what it's going to look like. Comes in a pump. So there you go. I put it in the chat room. And here, I'm going to show you something else too, just so you know. It's in a pump. It's not capsules, so it gets into your bloodstream a lot faster, easier. 1 pump press a day. It works out beautiful. All right. So that gives you an idea of what's going on. And then I'll just keep myself up. But here you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's going to look like. All right. And I'll actually have a bottle next week, all wrapped and ready to roll. And then I'll show you guys in the flesh. I'll be holding it on Monday, more than likely. Well, maybe not Monday, but we'll see. All right. So also some other stuff going on. They're supposed to be in a crypto exchange. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's a crypto exchange right here in the ATL. And they're having their grand opening coming out party. And allegedly it's somewhere this weekend or on Monday even. I'm trying to find out about it. I know about it. I just don't know. Dude's not calling me back, but we'll see if it's all going down. Who knows? Due to crypto winter, maybe things have changed, but we'll find out about that. And now let's see, what was this? 75%. Let's see, what is this? What's this 75%? Damn, 75% before closing. Builders want you to have more skin in the game. It's one thing to walk away with 10% down, but it's another picture doing it after 75%. No, I don't think it was. Oh, I didn't even see that. It is the same. It is the same. It's even worse. You're right, Victor Marrero. I was thinking 60%. And my head didn't even click. You're right. It's worse than Panorama 1 because it was 65% at Panorama 1. They're at 75%. I didn't even see that. I saw the 60% and I'm thinking during construction. I was thinking after on delivery. So in my head, it didn't even dawn on me. Wait, that can't be. Where's the. So 15% 30 days, 60% during construction. That's 75%. That leaves 25%. Damn. Damn. I'm glad you spotted that, Victor Marrero. I didn't see that. I didn't even see that. That's crazy. Wow. Holy smokes. All right. Here's what I found though, seeing it's still the same. Here's something that's very interesting. Here is something. This is what I found. So if in case anybody's wondering what Panorama Luxury is, this is Panorama Luxury 1. I don't know where Panorama Luxury 2 is, but apparently it's on the water. And so far, again, this is badass. But everybody who had to pay that other 65%, their $165,000 two-bedroom is now apparently worth over $200,000, $205,000. Well, no, they're selling. Oh, this is Luxury 2. Okay, look, this is the new one. Okay, so wait, what's going on? Ah, these guys are jokers. Okay, this is Panorama Luxury 1 on this side, and they're calling Panorama Luxury 2 on the other side. Ah, they're jokers. They're jokers. This was all Panorama Luxury 1 before. No wonder nobody has the differences. It's the same thing. They just separated the buildings now. So it would be easier when somebody comes, they know they're staying on one side or the other. And now they can separate them because there's underground parking as well. So I see one over here hiding, but this is still spectacular, though. This is spectacular. I got to give them credit. But it's 205 now for a two-bedroom instead of 165. So there you go. Even though you could have picked either building back in the day when they first came out. But now, damn, 75%? That's insane. They're not taking any chances right now. They know what the economy's doing worldwide. Because there's some people that got 4, 5, 6, 7 units in Punta Cana. Wow. Spectacular. 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 And by the way, if you want to know what that is, that's Panorama Lakes. Right there. How awesome is that? And the gardens is over there. This is supposed to be Commercial Island. This is still going to be sweet if it's going to happen. All right, so again, that's awesome right there. But there it is, 205, ladies and gentlemen, for a two-bedroom, two-bath, 980 square feet. What is that? 98? No, it's 90 meters, 90 square meters roughly. Something like that. So there you have it. And that's not even Lakeview. So I'm pretty sure Lakeview is going to cost more. Hector Martinez, thanks for bringing it up. Thanks. Let me help you. Half of that structure is Panorama Luxury 1. The other half is Panorama Luxury 2 is the other half. Thank you so much. Second half of the picture that you just showed. All right. Let's go back. Yeah, I figured it out once I realized on the sign here. So it's on the left side if you're behind, and on the right side if you're standing in front by the lake. And then the right side from behind is Panorama 1, but they're both built the same way. Interesting. Like Vegas almost. Thank you for that. It's all the same structure. Yes. Let me also say the 2-bedroom is also only on the lake facing side. Huh. So they changed up a little bit. But I can't really remember. Those were all sold out almost. In fact, I think. But hey, they didn't sell out. But what they did do is they raised the price 40% because it was 165 for 2 bedrooms. And it was so now it's 205. That's crazy. So you mean the 2-bedroom is so it's 205 for Lakeview? But still 205. You could bought villas in there for 150 last year, year and a half ago. Man, things are changing, ladies and gentlemen. The wave of the future potential, at least we all hope. Victor Marrero. Victor Marrero, are you getting a little happier about your galaxy? Because you have a 2-bedroom too, and you're by the water, not by a lake, by the actual real ocean. So now the question is, how much is yours? We already know yours is worth over 300. That's easy. Is it worth 400 is the question, because it could be. I mean, it's who knows? It could be 325, 350. All I know is it's worth more than 250, right? This is good news, but we'll see how this all plays out. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we did a long one tonight, 3 hours and 11 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're going to have to wrap it up. If you have anything else you want to say, down below in the chat room, please mention anything you would like. Also, in our description, down below the video, there is information for even credit to improve your credit score, which AB was asking about. But earn free Bitcoin, I haven't mentioned that yet. You might as well sign up with CryptoTab. Some of those computers you have sitting around, or tablets or phones that you're not using, you can mine, and it uses your software, and it mines a little bit of pennies every day. Pennies add up. Not only that, you have a link, a referral link. Everybody has one, just like mine down below. You can actually tell other people to sign up, and while your computer's running, earning a few pennies, now you have a little mining network. You add 2 people, 3 people, 5 people. They add 2 or 3 of theirs. Now you have, instead of 1 cent a day, maybe you get 3 cents a day. All I'm saying. All right. Free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. Those are down below. Get those links and then share. Wealthfront, in case some of you are not into stocks and you're going, hey, I just want to set it and forget it. Well, with Wealthfront, you can start with $500. Anywhere from $500 to $5,000, they manage for free. Soon as it goes over $5,000, then they charge you a small fee to maintain your account and help you make additional money. It's a set it and forget it. You don't have to make investments. All right. So that's down below. Also, you want to start a podcast or you want to do live streaming, like I'm live streaming right now. I'm using StreamYard. So there's a link down below on the StreamYard or on a podcast using Buzzsprout. You can do free or you can upgrade to the paid version. So you can start out for free if you want to do it, but this is a way to start doing property, assets. And if you keep doing podcasts, if you keep doing videos, then you have assets that you have built up. Be patient. All right. I've been doing this now for 4 years. Unbelievably, time has flown by. All right. And it's not like we have thousands of views for everything I do. All right. It's in contrary. So if you believe in numbers and you go, man, I did 100 videos, I did 50, I did 25, and all I have is a few people watching. Guess what? There's millions of people coming into the platform daily from around the world. So there's only so much room where it's going to be shown. Your videos are going to be shown. So you're going to have to deal with this. And on the other side of the fence, maybe there's a lot of people that love what you have to say. And maybe your videos do 20,000 or 100,000 views. But you have to start, ladies and gentlemen. And it's property and you can earn a little bit of extra revenue. All right. So down below, you were asking about that 20,000. Again, I wouldn't use the 20,000 unless you're actually just bona fidely going to sit there and say, hey, I want the 20 back. So you're going to use Discover AB, and Discover It secured card is down below. But you're going to have to wait 7-8 months before they release it. But you're going to have to charge something and then pay 7 months in a row, 6 months in a row before they'll review it to release it. All right. Sable credit card also. And unfortunately, I don't have Sable down below in the description. But if you search the channel and do Sable One Credit, that video should come up. And I actually have a referral link in there. And I'd hope you would use it. Otherwise, you can go to Sable One Credit. And they have a secured card too. And you can graduate as well. So I don't think most of these secured cards will allow you to put in 20 grand though. They usually have caps like 5 grand or 10 grand. I don't think they'll let you do it, but you can check. I'm sure that they may be improved or increased their allowance, or maybe they tightened up. But either way, you can check that out. All right. And so if you want to start a YouTube channel, then you should have TubeBuddy. Now, TubeBuddy helps with your keywords. It also helps with your titles. It helps you. You can actually create thumbnails, and even my easy cheesy thumbnails, I use TubeBuddy. You can get more intricate than that, but I don't. But nonetheless, once again, TubeBuddy, that is down below near the bottom. And at the very bottom, please sign up for the newsletter, because if you're not receiving the YouTube notifications and you're not seeing the trailer, which is part of coming to the channel, but the YouTube notifications is major. Out of about 14,000, I'm assuming we're going to rush over 14,000 subscribers sometime this weekend. Out of 14,000 subscribers, only roughly 2,300 subscribers receive YouTube notification. So that just gives you an idea. Nearly 12,000 people do not. So that's why everybody, you need to make sure you smash the all notification bell and come back to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel. Click on a video, even if it's for 5 seconds. So then that way you may get updates when I upload new videos. All right. Because we're out here helping everybody we can, because your mindset matters. Because just like AB is saying, hey, I'm going to go out here and buy a house for $270,000. He wants to lock himself into a mortgage rate that could potentially be like 7.5 to 8.5%. Then as soon as he buys the house value goes down to 200,000 to 190 or 180. You're going to be locked in. And that's not going to be a good thing. So is it worth paying rent for a year, or is it worth buying the house and just dealing with whatever the house value is? But again, I don't never think paying top dollar and then finding out a year later your house is worth half or a third of the price. That's never a good thing. And if the prices do not come back up, and after 3 or 4 years just to break even, now you're even going to be adding insult to injury. If your house drops to 150 and then 3 years later it's only worth 220 or 240 or 250, and you're going to be like, man, that's not cool. So all I'm saying, that could happen, but it's up to you how you want to do it. A lot of people are still buying homes right now. And by the way, speaking of that, let me do something else while I'm sitting here, because we didn't do this. Home prices dropping in 2022. I wanted to just Google, because Google's your friend. It's pretty easy these days. Everybody can learn a lot more. Okay. CoreLogic predicts U.S. home prices are poised to rise another 5.9%, but not every housing market will be so. Okay. Expects 5% nationwide home price drop. Here we go. Redfin is actually a company that keeps track. CoreLogic, they keep track of home sales as well. But CoreLogic making a prediction is ludicrous. Interest rates go up. Okay, let's get real. If a home is presently average price $150,000, and it goes up 6%. 6 times 450, ladies and gentlemen, is almost another 30,000. It is $30,000 more. So $30,000 at 480, and the interest rate is going to be like 6.5 or 7%, 7.5. I mean, that's crazy right there. That's crazy. You're going to be paying $3,000 a month. That's over. You have to make over $100,000 as a household. 125, 130, 140 as a household to qualify, maybe even more. Here we go. Housing market correction intensifies as layoffs hit Redfin and Compass. This interactive map explains why. We're not going to be able to be on here too long, but here we go. Full-blown housing correction. Soon see the year-over-year rate of home price growth fall from a record 20.6 to 0%. If a recession does materialize, Moody's expects a 5% nationwide home price drop, including a 15% to 20% drop in America's most overvalued regional housing markets. Zandy doesn't expect a 2008 style housing bust, but closely monitoring the situation. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Compass laid off 450 people, and Redfin laid off 470. And you guys understand, Redfin and Compass, they do real estate financing, helping people with real estate related business. When you have less business, less profits means you have to lay off more people, right? This isn't rocket science. Come on. All right. So spiked up to, okay, I don't know what the point is. Oh, that's what we're saying. 2.5% is now 6%. Here we are, 6.28. After they raise the interest rate next month, it's going to be, or is it next month? It's going to be, no, it's this. Is it this month? That's crazy. Next month. But anyhow, it's going to be 6 point. It could be almost 7% if they go 75 basis points. That would not be good. Here's the interactive map, ladies and gentlemen. 50% drops expected. Where else? Arizona, of course. Parts of Florida, like last time, of course. This is Georgia, right here, ladies and gentlemen. Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Alpharetta. They're predicting 50%. Who else predicted 50%, SSN Nation? Right. Remember, you guys are always on the forefront. Remember, I was saying this exact same thing, and I said, wait for 50. I said, wait for 60% drop. That's what I said, because I think 40 to 60 is going to happen. That's a given. If it gets to 60, I would not be surprised. But at whatever price you want right now, and you live in and looking for a neighborhood, if you're like AB looking for a place, go look for something at 350, 400. Go look at that neighborhood that you say, hey, I can't afford it. This would be nice. This is where I'd live if I could pay for it. Go to the 400 level, because 30% drop, that gets you down to 280. It's going to reach 30. I think 30 is a given. That's not even an argument, I don't think. 40 to 60, that may be an argument. But 30, not even close. So go to the 400 level, because 30% means it falls into your 280 category. In the meantime, work on your credit to get your credit score up to 720, well, 740 if you can. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on. And then we're going to wrap it up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also say the 2-bedroom is also on the lake side. Last time I checked price almost a year ago, it was $336K. It is going to be up to 400 then. Yep. There you go. Well, congratulations, Victor Morrell, because you're going to be at 400. In fact, it's got to be at 400 already. If Vistacana is at 205 and it's at that lake and you're at the water and you were already at 336 last year and the price went up 20-30%, you got to be around upper threes, almost 4, I would think. I remember last year they were selling 1 bedrooms I don't know what version or where it was, but it was like 300 grand. And then they had one bedrooms like the condos that they were only selling for 117, 114, 120. So I don't know what's going on there. Thanks, Eric. No problem. Go check out Chili Davis. That's Curtis Davis's channel, Chilloy Davis. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're going to wrap this up. Hopefully you saw the new products for SSN Lifestyle. Hopefully you become a member of SSN Lifestyle, or if not a member, maybe you want to order that product. It's a body balance. It's for your heart. Like I said, it's for, you can sleep better at night as well. It's also for your bones. That's what you need D3 for. There's all kind of benefits, ladies and gentlemen. You figure it could help with your overall body balance for chemicals and vitamins and nutrients that you normally don't get. And the magnesium actually helps triggers other things in your body that's been lying dormant. So all I'm saying is, because magnesium, if you don't have certain other properties with it, then it doesn't function and make other parts of your function properly. So now you have all of this that's going to be intaken in your body, and you're going to be feeling good, looking good, all good. All right. And the price is right, $34.99. That is in the ballpark. And members of SSN Lifestyle, you get commission for that price too. If you send somebody over, all you have to do is add the last part of your code, and then you can send people directly to the page. All right. Well, thank you so much for that info, Hector Martinez. Everybody else, thank you so much for being part of this tonight. And don't miss Monday night at 8:50 p.m. I know it's going to be like fireworks are going off on the East Coast. And then as we do the live stream across the nation, right? But we'll see how that all turns out. Hopefully, we'll still have people here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And this has been a great night. Thank you, everybody, for your participation. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And again, I know it's hard out here, and it's about to get harder, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have to come up with ways to make extra streams of revenue, ways to put yourself in position to win if there's bad times, and bad times are coming. I hate to sound like a broken record, but at least if you know it's coming, you can make plans, you can prepare, right? Instead of it all of a sudden being here and you're sitting there running to the store like thousands of other people, and then you find out store shelves are empty. You can actually make plans right now. So get out there, make those plans happen, and make sure you're trying to get that financial freedom. Make sure you're trying to become an emerging millionaire. And it's all right now. The transfer of wealth is happening right now, right underneath your feet. You just have to make moves. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.